Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ghosts in the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, magic, and politics. Oh man, my beard is wild, y'all.
Well, no spoilers, but I think that you're getting ready to cosplay as an Avenger pretty soon.
Which Avenger?
I mean, that's...
I mean, is it not obvious?
Oh. Fuck you! Fuck you! Thor, okay. Alright. Okay, guess who's going to the void? They can see you now.
I welcome it.
Are we all still deafened?
Deafened? No. That was
Okay.
during the storm.
Perfect. We all still have it on, so that's why I'm double checking.
That's right, we do. Look at that.
Okay.
No,
Well, it is...
Bad character management. Welcome to 101. Pay attention to your surroundings.
Before we get started tonight, as always, remember our friends at Animal Helper. It's a 501c3 located in New Orleans. They got my dog Ginger, and they got my family members and random strangers I'd never even met, dogs, that require special needs care, intensive care, vet care. And they honestly do really good work. I like to play it off like I'm an idiot. But the truth is that Animal Helper actually does a lot of good work, and I've seen it firsthand. So go to their Facebook and find out how you can help. Share a post. That might be enough to save a dog's life.
They have 5 different dogs right now that need different medical thingies.
Yep, constant strain. She's always, it's really, she tries to say no because they have limited resources. But she, at the end of the day, whenever Animal Helper has to say no, that usually means the dog has to die. So that always weighs heavy on her conscience. I already did that before we get started. Announcements.
Still raising bits for our turtle one shot. Woo!
Turtle.
We're so close.
So
Fill
close.
that bar
So
up.
close. We're so close. We're so close. I can taste it.
73.69%.
Nice.
Did you
Almost
push your
there.
glasses up?
Yeah. Did you?
Nice.
If you guys
There you go.
really love this, you make it 420%.
That's right.
Yeah. 420.
420%.
Turtle?
Yeah.
It was 400 times what we asked.
Four
for
times.
these turtles.
There's
4
new
times.
content.
400 times. How about that? How about that instead? My brain can't math tonight. Dice is going to be great.
What were you saying?
We're going to be bringing new content. Watch our socials. It'll be exciting. It may or may not involve paint and a mess. I think I'm a mess. But that's okay.
Oh, I thought
Wait, that could be the name of the stream. Paint and a mess.
Paint and a mess.
Pretty
You
good,
know
actually.
what? It's only going to be like 6 episodes. So 6 or 12, however long it takes me to paint a mini, or 2, or however long it takes me to
600.
hate the sound of my voice.
Perfect.
But yes. We got the doggos from Dungeons and Doggos, and we will be painting them.
Very exciting times here over at Dice Priority. We have Big Boy season is back this Friday. And
Alexis attempts art.
Alexis attempts art. We're just putting out all the content, y'all.
That's
so
right.
follow our
That's right.
socials to stay abreast.
I do have one pertinent announcement.
Yeah.
On Instagram, we've hit our 2,500 followers.
Woo!
We're actually almost at 2,600 already. And so I was just going to let you guys know that in the next day or so, we will be announcing the next dice giveaway. They are copper dice. Yeah, that's not actually them, so don't put the D20s.
Oh,
it's just a
enough.
copper dice. Yeah, it's a Warren copper dice. So, it's all good. They're from Dice Envy, our sponsor. So yeah, keep an eye out. It's really, really easy to enter. If you're already following us, it's even easier. So, yeah.
Do we have a code that people can use?
We're going to put it
That's
up.
We
the
have
thing
an
that we've been
affiliate
talking
link.
about.
Watch our socials. We'll make sure it's up and running eventually.
Yeah, and you'll get a discount whenever you buy Dice Envy Dice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then next week is probably going to be an off week.
Yeah, Ghost of the Machine. So Rob is abandoning us for something unimportant.
Correct.
Microsoft build, so, slightly.
So he has his priorities wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. He's not with us, and
That's
therefore
right.
is wrong.
That's
Talk
right.
to my
Correct.
employer.
I'm going to
Well,
write a
your
strong
employer
letter.
is wrong.
So we're going to bring you some new content. It's not going to be me in the chair. I'm going to take a week off. I'll show up to play, I imagine. But we're going to throw something new at you next week here at 7 p.m. Central. So stay tuned.
Good times.
I believe that's it, folks. So if we would like, we can start the recap. I will kick us off here. The Prism last time in episode 41, these buttons, I cannot wear this shirt. That's what I forgot, to not wear this shirt on stream.
Showing the
I do. I'm so fidgety with this damn
We
shirt.
can find you a shirt.
No, it's okay. I
Number
love it.
We can
25
just
for
let
every
you go
subscriber.
tape over
you
your
know.
nipples.
The professional wardrobist out here. We'll just call on them.
That's right. So episode 41 last week, the Prism ventured onto they left the sunken city after liberating a relic from the grasp of an evolved Elithid, an ultralid kind of merger arcanist type creature, and then arrived at the island of Quail, or at least you all tried to arrive to the island of Quail. What happened then?
We shipwrecked.
I
It's
think
a little bit of a storm. Just tiny storm.
Might have had to fight some elementals.
Yeah, that too.
and you also had the name of the island wrong. It was Tornado Island, I believe.
Yeah.
Friendship Island.
Friendship tornado,
Island.
fuck this shit island.
Yeah.
There it is.
Friendship Island was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You guys overcame a storm and landed, shipwrecked, and then what happened?
We
Sylvan attempted to use the trident that we had just recovered,
Mhm.
Stormbringer,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of control the storm that was happening on the island and gain Quail's attention so that we could have a chat.
we then talked to Quail, and I think through some conversation, she was kind of questioning what our motives were. I think ultimately we were able to come into some kind of pact agreement with her that she would go and at least hear out the Son of Storms. But she was pretty adamant that, hey, this is an oath that we're signing together. If the Son of Storms is legit, like we're fucked if we try to double cross her.
Yes, indeed. Not only is she a pretty powerful ancient being, but she was wanting to enter you guys into some kind of old oath, as she's a creature of the old ways. And then you ventured towards back to Halfgar, where...
Well, we got back to Halfgar by using a scroll of infernal summoning.
There
And
we
summoning
go.
our old friend Scow
That's right.
to sail us back. Who's a
Maranala?
Maranala. That's the word. I knew it started with an
Yeah.
M. That is yeah.
And we
So,
saved him.
We did.
Yeah,
We saved him from Mr. Finkelstein.
right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Just
you owe us
like
big
the
time.
leader of
We
hell.
have chartered his services for the next 2 weeks,
Yep.
maybe 3.
And once we arrived, Sylvan
Yep.
was basically like people were in deference to him, like bowing to him and all that. And there was a big ceremony where basically I think it was like him being handed off as the next wind speaker. Is that what it is?
Mist Watcher.
Mist Watcher. Sorry, I don't know where I got wind speaker. I just took 2 words, for the
Earth Stomper, Wind Speaker,
Fire
Fire Burner.
Firestormer.
Volcano. Never mind.
But then
Volcano beard.
there were people from the
We
Iron
definitely
Republic,
recall it.
right, who
Yeah.
wanted an audience with us. They had heard that we were there.
Yeah. And you entered into a meeting with the presumed dead Draskan ambassador, flanked by 2 Minotaur druids, a tall humanoid, a seemingly made in iron, and an exotic-looking dwarf, and some other figure I can't remember. And you entered into that meeting in a neutral coral temple under the watchful eye of now Elder Morak and Mist Watcher Sylvan.
And Justice was in disguise.
Yes.
It's John Silver.
Proceeded to
always
tear his
interesting.
face off.
And you revealed yourself to be Justice, the warforged person who you were on this ship with the Draskan ambassador those not many years ago. That time ago, before the stream in a one-shot that we ran, where your character was the only one that remained, and you see the Draskan ambassador before you for the first time since since you went down in that ship and all those things happened. You have revealed your mask and pulled your face off and revealed your true identity to the Draskan ambassador and their accompaniment. And they all kind of turn to you and you see the Draskan ambassador stares at you for a minute. He says, I believe we have met before, have we not?
Indeed. Many months ago.
Many, many months ago. Your name was Justice?
That is correct. Because he was here asking for me by name, wasn't he? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I have followed your trials and tribulations as you have risen in the ranks of Gishari infamy. It was a great surprise when I saw your photograph among the infamous pop star Morgan and the group now known as the Prism those few months ago. When I first saw your photograph, your illusion dispelled, I thought I had seen a ghost.
I could say the same as well. I thought that you had expired along with the rest of the ship.
Yes, when that ship went down and we crashed on that island, and when we departed from that island, riddled with its snake monstrosities, its serpentine monstrosities, we somehow made it, and he points to the 2 minotaurs that were with you as well, but then we were set upon by people who portrayed themselves as allies, led by the now known enemy, Miss Duplacroix.
I believe that we have a shared enemy. She is the one who is responsible for the ship going down.
Yes, I had feared as much. To what end remains to be fully unseen, although I have a few ideas. Tell me. I was not so lucky to survive the ensuing encounter. You remember that I was in fact slaughtered, as were my comrades.
Indeed, that is why I'm surprised to see you standing here today.
Death is not the end for many of us. And you see him just kind of glance around at a few people.
I know that all too well.
Yes. So, let us take it back to the beginning, shall we? Why do you think, in your estimation, Prism, why was this airship sabotaged?
In order to stoke the flames of resentment between two great nations, to distract from the actual goings-on. That is my estimation.
And what goings-on are there in the Western continent?
I'm going to look over to the group as if for permission to speak.
Not being a noble, what would I know about the political intrigue of presumably somebody important in Draska knowing about like the Vorgod treaty in
Sure.
Gishari?
Roll intelligence plus proficiency.
I will take that.
Yeah.
So it's 24.
Yeah, so it's unlikely he knows as much as you all do unless their spy operation is incredibly sophisticated. When you think to the great lengths that you all had to go to just discover that information, he probably has some sense that something's amok, but he probably doesn't know the details, and that's why he probably wants this meeting.
And then would he end up being ally, or would he do... Since I've never met him, I don't know if I would know if he would necessarily use that to his advantage, or if he would help stem the tide. Or both.
Hard to know discerningly, but you do know you were in Draska during the war. The Iron Laws were suspended at the time during the war, but you do know that like you didn't encounter like devilish cults or things like that. They're actually pretty hostile to outsider like extraplanar forces and even magic itself. Hostile is kind of the wrong word, but they're very organized.
Mine's fine.
Let's nod to the group.
I mean, the more allies we have, the better. So the more people that know, the more they will step up to stop this. This is not something we should hide.
But of course, I mean, you know, please use your discretion as to where this information comes from.
Yes, I am representing the the free people in the free state of Draska. This is a diplomatic meeting, and you have my every confidence that any information I receive will only be passed through the proper channels.
We will speak plainly because there is not much time. Duplacroix and several other high-ranking members of the Gishari Republic wish to bring about the onset of a devil of hell, a Vorgod. Is it devil or demon?
Pit fiend, general of hell.
Hell, got it. Upon the blood moon, we have 17 days in order to amass forces to resist this onslaught.
And looks around. This is an extraordinary thing to hear. Do you have proof?
We do.
We have like
We have like the actual contract.
You have the contract documentation history, diary entries,
yeah.
annotated celestial notes.
Signed.
we have irrefutable evidence.
Okay, that is interesting and exciting to hear. So the Gishari are attempting to summon the devil and betray the teachings of Marissa that they preach around the world.
A select few.
It's specifically to embolden the power that the church is losing.
I believe.
But I think you're right, and it's more of a replacement than a bolster.
I mean, I'm as shocked as you to hear that the two-faced Gish are being so two-faced.
We were allies in the Great War, the Gishari and the Iron Republic, against what we understood then to be a world-ending force. For those 5 years, or more, for those 5 years, the two great, as they were known then, the two great dragons, fought together. But this is no longer the case. It is disappointing to know that the Gishari have fallen down this path. But it is not. It is not unexpected.
Just to kind of restate, it's a select few that have been carrying all this out with a lot of subterfuge. I don't know the extent to which other people in certain houses might be aware of what's going on, but people went through great lengths to keep this quiet, and that had a lot to do with Duplacroix using a lot of mind magics.
As she creates a triad of dragons, being the ancient and unknown black dragon. Her influence may be poisoning the tenacious piece that was created.
The ancient and unknown. I am presuming Minister Ravas.
Indeed.
And who would be the third?
The Draskan dragon. No, the two dragons fought together, Draska and Gish. A third dragon from another continent.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nice.
Metaphors.
Yeah, good shit. Yeah, I went to the three dragons that that are on your right.
And then I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
good shit.
No, because she's Athadia, right?
Solitude, Dalmarian, but yes,
Dalmarian.
Western Athadia.
So.
But yes, you're exactly right.
Maria, Draska, and Gish, the three dragons that are left.
It would be a détente of dragons, a war of triumvirates, yes.
Yes, Archduchess of the Presidium is involved, as well as...
the Grand Presider, Fiona Fife, yes.
Yes, and Archduchess Creighton was a signatory.
This select few sounds very elite and quite encompassing.
Indeed. Indeed.
Which is why they've been able to do so much without the majority of the country knowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't need authority. They have all the tools that tools necessary to conduct these great large rituals and such
And they've
in
been
secret.
creating their own transplants within the houses. We saw that with Margot.
Yes. The people of Gishari, you and others are about to learn a terrible truth that the people of Draska learned over 70 years ago. Great power and sorcery in the hands of very few is a dangerous recipe. Your people has suffered for decades. Your country was founded on a bloody conquest and endless war. You have seen what this kind of unregulated, uncontrolled, and undemocratic form of magic has wrought in your country. Now, in the 200th year of the birth of your genocidal country, you stand at a proverbial apocalypse. This is the nature of magic. I have kept a close eye on each and every one of you for as much as I can. And I had hoped that your conquest, the different missions that you have been on, the different things that you have been involved in, would allow us to forge a partnership. You are about to face down an army of hell, commanded by one of the most legendary pit fiends in the multiverse, the General of Generals, as they call him. The free people of Draska, the Iron Authority, and the Eternal Chairman, Nikolai Oblast, can help you. If you only accept some terms, if we can only come to some sort of an arrangement.
What would those terms be?
It would be an incredible victory for the people of your country if the Gishari ruling class were toppled, defeated, dispersed. And in its place, a more democratic form of magical control arose. By extending the iron laws into the Western continent, we can provide safety and security to your people after the defeat of the Gishari ruling class.
I know not of your country. I've never had the opportunity to visit. I do not know how your people live. Although such iron authority would almost seem to be like shackles, would it not?
Shackles? In what way?
I believe that no use of magic is allowed without permission.
That is correct. No magic of a certain circle or level is allowed without proper teaching, training, regulation, and approval, democratic approval. Unlike in your current country, where any idiot with a book and a hard-on for destruction and a passion for violence can wreak unimaginable horror in their communities.
Sorry. Hard on for violence.
Yep.
It's got me.
This tastes so good.
You speak of chains, you speak of control, but I am here to tell you now. The ruling class of your country is afflicted with the most wretched anxiety, a most morbid obsession. Their grotesque power and wealth chains them to behave in a certain manner. When we extricate that power from them, when we take everything from them, we will have cured them of a most morbid condition.
You use the word democratic. How do we know that your officials are elected democratically?
We have elections every year in Draska in the various oblasts.
That did not answer my question.
I do not know what more to tell you. We have elections every year. The various municipalities have kind of committees. They vote, and then those committees vote, and those committees on committees vote. And the Iron Authority, the central party, is elected by the people.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you mention Nikolai was an eternal chairman?
He died
Okay.
some time ago.
He's not undead, is he?
No, he's not. We don't use undead labor in the Iron Republic. It is outlawed.
Well, just I think things are outlawed here too. Doesn't mean that that's carried through.
As much as I would like to believe that the four of us could speak for all of Gashari from top to bottom, it would be irresponsible for us to promise a space for the Iron Authority to come in and fill the power void that will be left by the current ruling class. I can think of at least 3 different people right now who would not accept that rule and cause bloodshed more than we want to see, potentially as much as we want to divert. We could try to promise audience with the different factions that would move to seek power in that vacuum, but I don't think we could promise the Iron Authority any power over Gashari once that was created.
I mean, if we are truly trying to be diplomatic or democratic here, wouldn't it make more sense? And I mean, I'm sure we're all for implementing democracy once overthrowing the Gish, but wouldn't it be better to put the vote in the hands of the people afterward? I mean, we're no better than the Gish if we decide here and now to say that we can implement these iron laws across. I mean, why not put it in the hands of the people?
Oh, yes, of course. Do not misunderstand me. The construction of the iron laws, which is one of the greatest magical miracles since the arresting light, requires the consent of its people. It is the only way it can be sustained. It is entirely too much to ask, here and now, that you decide such a thing. However, you are about to enter into a very grave situation.
I mean, we are. We're more than happy for your help, and we're more than happy to implement this democracy, to overthrow the Gish. I'm just saying we can't decide on the laws as the 4 of us.
No, you cannot. It is not in anyone's power here. But I wanted to gauge your interest. You have traveled the Western continent slaughtering nobles. You doing the work that must be done.
Very true.
And tell me, are the rumors true? Are the Warforged a free people in Draska?
Of course. There are no contracts.
You have a creation forge, a life forge.
We do.
Who owns control of it?
The people of Draska own. The Iron Authority and the Central Committee manage it.
And the creation of new Warforged. How is that decided?
Well, this is something of a state secret that I'm afraid I cannot share. But what I will tell you in confidence, always in confidence, is that we have arranged for the Life Forge to produce Warforged organically. It simply produces them.
And it is not impeded.
It is only impeded by the same laws that impede every living creature in Draska.
It can only make what it can collect.
Correct.
Wow.
Justice actually do that.
No, of course not. Justice never shows emotion.
So, the Iron Republic and the Central Committee are unwilling to commit to a full-scale war against the Gishari. That I will tell you now. But if you wish to have at least some of our assistance, we would need some terms met. We would need an Iron Embassy re-established in Gish with full embassy privileges. We would need a safe audience and passage with whatever interim government, provisional government you are designing in a war effort.
This guy has a lot of faith in us. That we're designing a government. Oh my god.
Well, he figures you'll at least be standing next to one.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out once again.
Selena has a panic attack. I don't do this. I
Just want to be a dragon.
So an embassy, safe passage for diplomatic persons.
Yes, diplomatic relations with whatever provisional government you are using to wage this war effort. I'm assuming in the north of the country somewhere.
Right the north.
Because the south is controlled and dominated by all the powerful families.
No, I'm sorry. When you're
And
saying the
mostly
war that
women.
you will be waging, the seat of power is in
yeah,
the north.
yeah,
the
yeah.
war is not being waged in the north.
For sure, for
Got
sure,
it.
yeah.
Got it.
We'll get there.
Yeah, I was like, where's the continent?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
where's the capital? South.
I'm just being catty. And in exchange, we can continue to offer assistance.
Continue.
Continue to offer assistance.
Have you offered assistance to us in the past?
Indeed, we have.
How so? You don't mind us asking.
It has only recently begun, but I believe you have already met one of our key operatives. The Son of Storms.
That does make sense.
Has he agreed to limit magic?
He has not agreed to the Iron Laws.
He was one of the first that came to mind that would be formidable enough to cause disruption in that. So I'm glad that we both know him.
He has agreed to other provisions.
Fair.
He did enjoy the use of your airship. That is for certain.
He did.
Did he lie to us then?
He did lie.
That's what
He
I
lied
thought,
to you
okay.
more than anyone, but yeah.
Yeah.
Secret agent.
How fucking dare him?
Secret agent Goliath. Secret.
Then
I mean, these provisions are not
having
disagree.
your own embassy and having safe passage between one country and the next is reasonable. More than reasonable.
It helps both of our peoples.
But I have one last question.
Yes.
What happens when the arresting light fails? What does Draska do?
We have never put much stock in the tales and fables of the Divine Revolution. Not since the betrayer god Eureka Drill. left her people. Snap. That is why the
I
iron
don't know why I
laws
put this down.
are in place. If the void should come, if the arresting light should fail, if hell itself should take over the world over, Draska will survive. We have been through many long, hard winters, and we will survive many more.
And what about hot summers?
We will survive those as well.
Did you have the voidling? Did the voidling make it to Draska?
It did. That is when your group arrived on our radar shortly after,
That makes sense.
and we began investigating you.
I don't want to know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyway. How many people went missing?
Too many. I have to go to the bathroom.
We're going to talk in secret. You'll never be able to know what we talked about.
That's right.
We can discuss
It's not
the
on the
divisions.
internet forever or anything like that.
So, Rob, how are the podcasts going for...
Good. I'll have some more episodes converted when
Excellent.
I get back.
Wonderful.
Probably work on them the Friday the 10th.
Do you know what number we're at now?
No?
Oh,
40 something?
You know what?
I think I did 40.
Guess what? I have an internet connection, and I can go to Anchor FM.
I think I'm like 3 behind.
Yeah.
2 or 3 behind.
I gotcha. It's all good.
And
I just
can
know that
I
we hadn't talked
search
about it, so I
Anchor
Mhm.
for
Oh, yeah.
us? I don't understand how this works.
It's okay. We're a few behind. See, that's a mouse. Oh, it's a
It wants
trackpad.
me to do a
And you
thing.
can-
Oh, we have a link underneath the thing. I can just go
We
click
do.
on it.
You
Ah,
do. You have a button.
we do have a button. We are up to 38, and this
Nice.
is 42, so we're 4 behind.
So
Well,
4
3
behind.
behind. We'll be 4 behind by midnight.
Why don't you have this one done yet, Rob?
I don't know.
It's just
I-
live converting it. Just crying.
Why don't you have the podcast of what we haven't created yet done?
I'm trying.
Why don't we
Get
have,
43 up there already. Come on.
best.
well, the
Chop chop.
the bot in the machine is just live transcribing everything that we say.
I mean,
No. He
Bur-
needs to have 43 already done enough.
Yeah,
Oh my
in the
goodness.
future, burning
Alright.
up the little
That's right.
So
Raspberry Pi.
we just shit on Rob for a minute. That's what
Mhm.
happened.
That's what happens.
That's right.
You what?
We
We
shit on
shit on
Rob.
me.
We engage in a little bit of coprophilia.
Good. Fuck him
That's
up,
right.
guys.
Yeah.
Folks.
Defecating on stream is fine, right?
Yep.
There's no male presenting nipples, so it's fine.
So we're good.
What was I saying?
What happens when the arresting light comes?
Yes.
Everyone died. Well, not everyone, but people went missing.
It is an apocalypse for some, not for everyone.
We're not entirely sure what happened to those souls. It's on my to-do list to find out.
We received an interesting petition from a Sarah Crick, the Duchess of Narshli. She wishes to visit an archaeological site in the far north of Draska. She believes it is somehow linked to this incident.
Is the far north of Draska where Motor's memory is?
It is not. That is an Eastern Thalia.
What's in the north of Draska?
Roll history.
Christ. And it's not a place I've been?
I think there's a sleepy,
No, God,
snowy
no.
mountain town.
I think there might be.
18.
I
18.
remember that being on
With
there.
a very green pear-shaped fur ball.
Draska is massive. It's unbelievably massive. There are a lot of ancient giant ruins. There are a lot of ancient kind of like proto-creator ruins. There are a lot of... It's one of the rumored places of where the Great Machine is.
Okay.
But no one's ever uncovered the Great Machine. So
It's just there. Got it.
it's more of a... It's presumed to be a myth.
And was there anything more to that petition besides that she wanted to dig through some dirt?
No, that was about the extent of it.
What was that machine she showed us?
She was working on a kind of. You mean like the big one she was building?
No,
The one she
little
wanted a
one.
void diamond for. to
Since
be
we broke
able
character,
to-
the one we wanted the void diamond for.
I'll be honest, I don't remember this at all.
This was before the stream.
No.
If I remember correctly, it was like she was going to use the void diamond as a battery.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes into
Just like a
the-
tracker or something. I
Did
thought.
she-
Yeah,
wanted
that's right.
like
It was
to
a kind of
track
tracker. But
Okay.
she was also building on something larger.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was building something bigger.
Okay.
Does I drink goodness?
And she specializes in automatons, right?
She's a magical inventor. She can do just about anything. She's legendary for it.
We had the pleasure of meeting her.
She is a spirited woman. I've met her before.
Very.
We are seeking passage to Draska.
I was about to ask where your next move was. You wish to enter the Free State. To
Just-
what end?
Just barely.
Just there,
Just dip a toe in it.
staying to the international coast.
Just the tip.
What I know, like, now that we've talked about going there, or maybe it's in a map at some point, where, like, relatively is Nighttown and...
You know that Nighttown is what's known as, it's in the Vorgod Oblast.
We seek to enter the Vorgod Oblast.
You are in the central north.
We believe that we will be able to perhaps find resources to help us in the upcoming struggle with Vorgod.
Can you spell that?
Vorgod is Vorgod,
Ha! I got it.
and the Oblast is Oblast, Oblast.
I'm so good.
That means administrative division in Russia.
I got it. I spelled it right. I'm so good.
Draskin.
Thanks.
You're the best, Chase.
Thanks. No one tells me that.
Maybe we would if it were true.
And what resources are in the... There are not... I will tell you right now, the Vorgod Oblast is sparsely populated, save for its capital, Varvostaga.
The rolls are off the tongue. Indeed.
Virdvostaga.
But we have a lead. Although I think you can understand that at this time, though we have entered diplomatic relations, perhaps there are still some things that need to be kept close to the chest.
But yet you seek permission to enter the country.
That might be some of our terms.
We're looking for a smith. I'm hoping to be able to put back together a weapon that I think will kill Vorgash.
Roll deception, because that's what you're better at, right?
Deception.
Yeah, you're a criminal background, so.
Yeah, deception plus 7.
Yep.
Yippee. Okay. Because I have the sword.
Yeah, you're lying with the truth. It's a good lie.
17. There's 4 plus
I
7.
wouldn't call that a lie.
Oh no. It's either.
That must be some blade.
It was his once upon a time. You keep what's most dangerous to you closest, right?
Are you telling me you have the Sword of Sorrow?
Crap, I didn't know. Didn't expect him to know what it was.
Fragments of it.
Yep.
We attained it the
And
first
I will jiggle a bag.
Sorry, I should laugh into the mic.
jiggle in the bag.
Jiggle the
So
bag.
whatever backpack
Shooter.
I carry, I will pull out the bag of shards and let them tink against each other.
The first time we defeated, or the first time that we stymied Vorgash's plans, we obtained the blade.
You gonna magic missile him?
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
pretty
the
much.
sound.
Oh!
It's the
Shards.
More metallic.
I need all the metallic dice.
That's right.
What an extraordinary tale. May I see the fragments of her so briefly?
I will hand him the bag. with
Oh,
all
why
of
would
my
you
treasure.
do it?
He runs.
Teleports away.
You know
I
what?
should've
If
taken
that's
the
the only
player.
thing he takes from us, I mean...
Our lives.
And it's better than him knowing we have a void diamond.
You see him reach in.
That's probably a mistake.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch those.
My good. He has gloves on.
Licking it.
Shave's really good.
I know
It's a close shave.
Just puts himself forward.
Yeah, I live for a Vorgod.
I'm free. After 1,000
Wow,
years.
wow.
He hands you back the bag. Well, that is, then you perhaps do not need our assistance after all. That is certainly one of the only weapons that could kill him.
He didn't try to slide a
think I
hand
didn't
in
know
any
what would
parts
do
of it.
He did not.
Okay.
The Draskan ambassador is an honest broker, more or less.
Okay.
He's a grand diplomat. You can't be a grand diplomat and be really fucking shady. Well, at least not this time around.
Right.
Yeah.
Not in this world.
There you go. There it is. There it is. We're playing in fantasy world.
Well, something like that.
But yeah, we heard there was a smith good enough to put it back together to full power.
In Vorgod. Or,
He,
in Vorgod.
he keeps to himself. We got lucky with that information.
I have heard rumors of smiths in Vorgod, high in the mountains, in small towns, who practice forbidden magics. Oh. I believe we have our turn settled.
Meet if everyone agrees then, of course.
Do
I have
you,
no qualms.
do you require assistance getting to Vorgod? It is considerably off the coast.
I mean, any assistance you're willing to give us, the faster the better, because we do have quite the time frame.
As I stated, 17 days.
Yeah.
I can at least start by letting you in the country.
Would you be able to allow the Iron Laws to let us leave the country quickly?
Suspend the iron laws so that you may teleport out of Draska.
It sounds so easy. It's like punching a hole in a firewall. It's all good.
How far off the coast do we have to be before the iron laws? How far into international waters do we have to be before the iron laws drop off?
18 miles.
18 miles. That's not that bad. Worst case scenario, we can get
I mean,
18
but
miles off the coast.
If
We
it's
can
so
do
far
that in a
the
day with water
into
walking.
the country, then
Yeah.
But at the Vorgod,
Town.
the night town is hundreds of miles inland.
So it'd
Yeah.
be really hard to do it, yeah.
Neat. And we were gonna do this on our own.
Perhaps
That's a thing.
With no magic.
we would be mutually, it would be in our mutual best interest in order for our mission in Draska to be successful.
I mean, the last thing you guys want is a hell army taking over all of the continent of Gish and then eventually working its way to Draska.
I will say it once again. It can take over Gish all it wants. But the armies of hell itself could not overtake the Free Republic.
Nobody cares about Gish.
I'm not saying about Gish. I'm saying that, like, even though you may survive, there will still be loss of life. You will still be threatened by it.
That is true. So,
I heard that they couldn't march across oceans.
Good God.
so
So
I am
perhaps,
parched.
So,
I forget.
in these terms, what exactly would the assistance be that we would be given?
We will continue to supply with arms, equipment, and a few mobile transportations. Draskan wasps and the like.
I mean, not to undermine our negotiations, but if they were really friends, they should have had these things all along. For global diplomacy.
Who and who friends?
What are we talking about?
Gish and Draska, if they were really friends, then they should have always had an embassy in Gish.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
Okay.
they have a they do, but it's since the fall of the airship, it has been kind of not having status.
Of course. But, I mean, this is how diplomatic relations work. You let people in and out. You make sure they have their own people to trust and...
And perhaps that is the entire reason that Duplacroix and company sought to undermine the relationship between these two countries. They knew that Draska was one of the few that could stand against them. If they were able to excise Draska, or their influence from the continent, that would make their activities that much easier.
In any way that we can surprise Dupla, that is probably a good day for us.
Indeed.
Definitely.
I would say I would conditionally accept the terms, especially if you can aid us in getting to Vorgod Oblast and
Vorgod.
out of the country in a timely fashion. Vorgod, yeah. Sorry.
This is quite a bit to ask, as I'm sure you may not understand.
Airship us 18 miles off of the continent, perhaps.
It is more so getting you to Vorgod Oblast and into the mountains that is difficult. In Gashara you have teleportation circles, networks, things like that. It is not the case in Draska. We do not allow people to teleport in the country, except for only at the highest and the most emergent levels. We have a train system, we have airships, we have other devices to travel around the country, but I cannot simply just teleport you somewhere.
That is fine.
What is the train travel from the coast to Vorgod Oblast?
Depending on where you are going in Vorgod Oblast. Let me check. Oh boy. So from the coast.
Math. It's hard, guys.
Just a big, big map.
It is 1,600 miles.
So perhaps use of, perhaps the, what was his name? Grand Ambassador? What was his
He's
title?
just the ambassador.
Perhaps as the ambassador for Draska would have the political pull in order to grant access to an airship. If it would mean reestablishment of diplomatic relations with whatever provisional government remains.
This could be arranged. But you must understand it is still a considerable distance to travel, even by airship. You are looking at a 100-hour journey there and back.
There and back. 48, that's like 40.
200 hours.
No, 53.
Oh, got it. Perfect.
So, a little bit more than 3 days. No, a little bit more than 4 days. So like 5 days.
What do we need to do here once we're back? I mean, what?
Yeah,
Legitimately,
since-
let's work backwards. 17 days.
Well, we have to take care of what we need to take care of.
So 2 days for that.
We
At
have
least.
other allies to rally.
To recover.
And to rally too, aside from the recovery.
But I mean, what we set out to do was...
Correct.
And we don't know how long that will take. Or how long it will take to get there.
Was that the primary thing? Am I losing sight of anything
Yeah,
that we wanted
that
to do?
is the primary thing.
I'm saying while
Going
we're
to
in
Night
Boston.
Town is
Yeah.
an
That's
helps us facilitate out of character. Going to Night Town to talk to the Voidsmith helps us facilitate how to create a distraction, like a force, a destructive force that we can control based on going to the Voidsmith
Oh yeah, because
So that we can get glitch out. From Athalia.
Got it.
From Delmaria.
Twisted web. Makes sense.
From regret.
Yep.
And then back to Gish.
Yep.
Avoiding an ancient black dragon in Delmaria.
So out of
And
character.
succubus.
That's what we're trying to get done. And I don't know how many days it's going to take us to get from Night Town to Solitude or wherever Regret is.
Well, if we can get 18 miles out of town and have access to teleportation magics, that much faster.
How many days do you think we're looking at, Matt?
For what?
To get
Sorry, that was me.
Okay.
to get from thanks. To get from Nighttown to Regret.
From Nighttown to Regret? What is that? That's 3.5 to 4?
Days.
So if we don't have
And
to
if we
come back.
teleport, would
Actually,
it shorten
technically,
anything? can we even teleport there? Do you have any?
I don't know.
Perhaps-
circles
So
there, but
teleporting
I mean,
over
I'm
there is
sure-
not even a thing.
Unless,
Well,
unless the ambassador could arrange.
I would put it 2.5 to 3 because you could just go north and teleport.
So 2 days to Nighttown, 2 days to Regret.
3 days to regret. 2.5
That's
to
fine.
3. So I'm
3
good.
days to regret.
Let's call
5.
it 3.
But I
So
mean,
we're
once
fine.
we're out of Draska, or if I get permission,
He said
And
she'll
then
open and teleport.
I mean, I can teleport
You can
back
teleport
to,
us back to
to
Gish.
Cragmandu anytime
Okay.
without raising any eyebrows.
That leaves us with 12 days-ish if there's no time in between. So,
And then like
9
it's
days.
2 days back to the glide. Whatever we need to do there to solidify the Son of Storms.
I mean, it's
So-
when we're in the Glide or when we're in any major city, we can get instant teleportation to Gish.
Right.
So once we're in the greater Gish continent,
True.
getting around is no time at all.
As long
For
as we
little.
don't mind, people knowing where we are.
Right.
Which once we're back in Gish, it's not that big a deal.
Correct.
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, it was more about getting out and getting back in without anyone knowing. That
Mhm.
was
Thing
the
is-
important part.
The thing is,
And laying
Okay.
low for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Anyways, so
I can,
counting aside, I think we can get there, get to where we need to go next, past there, and then back to Gish. If you can get us there, and we'll be able to get ourselves out.
I can see the expression on your face is of grave concern. There are ways to expedite travel. As a diplomat and representative of the Central Committee, I can get you into Vorgod. I can get you as far as Vertivostaga. Where you go from there in Vorgod, I'm assuming you are going into one of the desperate mountain towns. That is up to you.
Understandable.
It will save you maybe 2 days.
At this point, every little bit helps.
it does.
Once we are back to Gish, what is the best way to communicate? You'll call us?
Afraid not. Well, you have met me. The spell, if you know it ascending, does work in Draska for diplomats and other elected members. So, you can call me or I'll call you.
I mean, are we allowed to send them?
He just said we are.
Okay. I just don't want to break any of your laws. Well,
So,
Why, while in Draska?
Hmm?
Oh.
no. I asked him once we got back to Gish, how do we communicate?
Right, and that's how I answered.
So
Uh,
from
yeah,
Gish, we
So
can
I'm just
send
the Gish
sending. I can technically dream him.
Enter his dreams.
Naked and poorly. If he sleeps.
Not just.
Boop.
Oh no.
Mini dreams.
So, yes, we can go to the Golden Embassy in Vertivostaga.
Before we go anywhere, if I can quietly, internally ask Eureka Drill if she wants to be a part of any of this.
She replies, I long to see my homeland again. I like this Iron Ambassador. He hates my guts.
Yep.
I relish being reviled.
Just like me.
That's neat.
It's my kink now.
Don't shame me.
Hate me. Step on me.
Like
Your
I said before,
drill comes
offended.
from the dirt.
Offended that.
She's like, I should have been a pair of boots.
Exactly.
Hey, we don't have all of her pieces left. Maybe she is in a form of a pair of boots somewhere.
Yeah, that's her final form.
That's right. That's right.
She's just a sidewalk.
They're very tall.
She morphs into a sidewalk.
The artifact sidewalk. That's her final form. Step on me.
Why is the sidewalk
Very
moaning as I
tall.
walk on
Very
it?
tall boots.
Anyway, it's all boots. I just picturing it.
It's all boots all the way down.
It is. It's on boots.
That's right.
So, we will maintain diplomatic relations. I will continue sending support to the Son of Storms. And, Here you go. And he gives you 4 medallions.
Oh no, we're acolytes again. Crap.
Wear these, and they will suspend some of the iron laws for you. You will be able to cast spells of higher than a 2nd level.
What level?
Any spell that you know that's higher than 2nd.
I mean, is there any other limitations that we should just watch out for? And I mean, we'll still try to.
No necromancy,
Well, obviously.
and your anti-divination charms do not work in Draska.
Understandable. I mean, we'll still try, even with the charms, we'll try to be respectful of your laws and limit our magic use.
Will they help
Much
us
as
to be not divined upon by Gish nobles?
While you are in Draska, no Gish noble can spy upon you.
Well, that's great to know.
I just saw something terrible. Never mind.
Only the Iron Authority has the power to scry in Draska.
But you're basically saying that my hut won't function, or that certain parts of it won't function?
It won't function against the Iron Authority.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So anytime he wants to spy on us
Yeah,
to see what we're doing.
we'll be spied on, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just
But not anyone outside the
So we
Republic.
are immediately giving up the smith
he's
and all of his locations when we go to him.
Yep. Yeah, I picked up on that. Yeah, exactly. he's in his like Kremlin like massive palace with his monocle, like just fingering his belly button, watching it.
Pretty much.
Watching it.
The belly button that has teeth.
Yeah. He's just,
Why are
There's
you
7.
people like this?
We just are.
he's just got a bottle of vodka.
There's 7
Okay.
of them though.
Right. Yeah.
7 belly buttons? That's
7 people.
terrifying.
Some
Okay.
people all fingering each other's belly buttons.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Each belly button has 7 teeth.
commonly direct.
One for
So
each person.
Draska, we have medallions.
Is there a
That should
Anything
definitely
else?
help us.
I believe we've established our terms. Tell the Son of Storms that you are now in the loop. And good luck in your war effort. I hope that when your provisional government is established and I journey to the Republic, that you understand what must be done.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't have any sort of secret spy code to tell the Son of Storms.
I will tell him.
Dang.
My last question, is there a time limit for how long these medallions will work? And if we leave and return to Draska, will they continue to work?
Just this trip.
Understood.
What's on them?
The symbol of the Iron Authority.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like a dick.
The hammer and a staff,
Yeah.
Sickle and a staff, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Obviously.
Magical
What else would it
communists.
be? And then-
Mage commies.
Dude with a mustache. I believe that we should be on our way. As we have impressed, time is of the essence.
Miss Walsh.
I just, so we're all clear here. Because you're being a bit vague, I feel. When you say what must be done when all of this is settled.
Establishing democratic.
I said I hoped you know then what must be done. Meaning I hope you will come to terms about the truth of the way the world is. I hope to advance our relationship. Thank you, King Butterfree, for 2 months of subscribing. Woo-hoo! If you're enjoying tonight's stream, follow, subscribe, let us know. Say hi in the chat if you're lurking. Hey.
Be
Engage
good
in
time.
crime and watch out for bicycles
Yeah.
and gravity.
Yes.
Get
That's
better
right.
soon.
That's right.
Poor guy.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yes. Well, looking forward to establishing more of a better diplomatic future for our countries.
I am too. So, shall we go?
Indeed. I'm ready.
Rita. I'm not ready. Miss Walsher, is there a
Yes.
teleportation circle that we could freely come in and out of Halfgar using?
So Silwyn
Yeah.
replies to you.
I said Mr.
Yeah, he's going to. He looks over to Elder Morrock. Yeah, we can arrange that. I can get you a page of it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
And you put Coral Temple Halfguard. Hi, Emma.
I said hi too. We all have to stop. Like, guys, stop this.
Emma's here,
we have to,
folks.
we have to talk.
Everyone
we have to
stop.
say hi.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Cancel the game. We're talking to Emma.
You're in the middle of my
Switch it
like,
to just
Matt, shut
chatting.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Switch it to just chatting.
Yeah, Emma's here.
Just put my finger over your
That's
mouth.
right, just like.
That's right. That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We should have a conversation with our
Boatman,
boatman.
to let him know.
Yep. He
Indeed.
should meet us in the north so that we can get to.
From one continent to the other.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
If you were meeting in the north, I recommend Port Angolski.
Angolski.
Yep.
Fort Angolski.
Angolski.
Like it's always spelled.
Obviously.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to chase.
What time of day is it?
I don't remember.
Do I have
Middle
any
of the day.
idea?
It's. I thought it was night-ish, or like towards the evening,
I
because we've been
don't
like
remember.
celebrating and stuff. Because you just got crowned this one. I don't know.
Yes, that is correct. It was midday when you arrived. We fast
Yeah.
forward. It is night. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good
Because
job,
like,
Rob.
everyone's celebrating. It's like, yeah, the trident's back. We're all
Yep,
safe.
you're exactly right. And then this is after. The
And then
party.
like we
Yep.
went into like a secret,
Yep,
like we
so
ducked away from the party.
It's like 10 p.m.
Oh, yes.
She always does.
Yep.
Oh, so are you ready to travel to the Golden Embassy?
I'm ready.
We are ready.
So I would check in with Morok and Silwyn before we left.
Alright.
Just give Silwyn I don't know, like a soldier's handshake, you know, the forearm clenching manly thing.
So they are going to retreat to the Iron Embassy, giving you all a moment to say goodbye to Silwyn and Morok. So here is the scene: Silwyn and Morok in the Coral Temple.
I'm sure that Silwyn, in his typical fashion, is really friendly, like deferential to us.
He says, "I was very impressed that each one of you made it alive out of the Sunken City."
Indeed, and I'm glad that we were able to help you achieve the position of Mistwatcher.
Yes, I thank you for not getting in the way too much.
Indeed, I dare say that you probably could not have done it without us.
It would have been more inconvenient, yes,
Substantially so.
significantly.
Right.
Well then, good luck. Don't die. And if I may offer some sagely advice now that I am Mistwatcher, whenever you feel that impulse to be yourselves, kill it. Just bury it deep down. And
I'll write that down.
yeah, whenever you feel like that thing, like this is what I would do, just kill it. Just
You're a real treat to be around too.
you are too.
Yeah.
And just push it all the way down, and do the exact opposite of what you thought you were about to do.
You do the same.
That's right.
That's how I've made it this far.
Obviously.
Enjoy that eel water.
I can under.
He has an inner child that's
What
just his most frivolous, and he named it Tim.
That's right.
What was the name? What was that very alluring name of the eel water drink?
I don't remember. I didn't make it up. I just let Sean. Sean.
Alala. A-L-A-L-A. Write that down.
Salty says, "I would eat that's making him so dark." Well, power goes to his head.
I might be extending it a little bit, but
Oh, you think?
so there is that added factor you got to
Right.
factor in. Mr. Watcher Morrick's going to peer over his glasses. He's like, "Well, in the brief time I've known you, it's been an honor, a pleasure. Good luck, and I hope to see you all back someday."
So 2 questions. One not so serious. Is your fountain gonna be okay, or is it always gonna be frozen like that now?
Oh, it won't freeze. Did you get the awakened stats on D&D Beyond? They're on there. I didn't add them to your character, but you can search. If you search your the Clutch of the Elder Gods, the awakened parenthetical version's on there.
Oh god, I have things to do. So that was gonna be my in-game question.
Yeah.
So, What does it do now?
Well, I don't know. I've never wielded it, but I imagine it does more all water and ice magic.
I would assume so. So you did give me another warning of Cardoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
They coming.
Yeah.
They're gonna find
Anything-
you. They're gonna find you.
Anything I should specifically know of the history of this? I've evidently collected a number of magical things I don't understand and couldn't fathom how powerful they are.
Well, during the during the Dawn War, and then during the resurgence of the Divine Revolution, when Modru cracked open the world and summoned the Titans that were slaughtered in the Dawn War, he used them to wage the final battle.
Does the crystal things.
Correct, and
Yeah.
when they all were killed, yet again, their remnants were left behind. But when they awoken, and the earth was cracked open, and the Divine Revolution continued on, the Elder Primordials were worshipped on this plane. The humans that did, the sorcerer kings of old, were fashioned a staff. They were fashioned many items, but this is one of them, a clutch of the Elder Gods. So with each piece that you find, each fragment, you will gain more access to primordial-based magics. The Cardoonese are vicious. They desperately wish to overthrow the current order, and they make no bones about it.
When you say the current order,
The Arresting Light, Athadia's prominence, Gishari's power, all of it.
So, could they be the seat of everything else that's going on?
It's unlikely.
Or are they just kind of like the Bosk?
Yeah, they're vicious, but unfortunately, vicious to the outside, but also vicious to one another. They've never quite gotten their shit together.
Okay.
So they are cantankerous, but dangerous.
So there's not, for like religious purposes, there's not a place this thing belongs.
No. I mean, the
Okay.
people who it belongs to are all dead.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
Yeah, and they fought a losing war, so here we are.
Oh. Well, let's hope we don't make their mistakes.
Let's hope not. No, you are about the most worthy guardian of that staff that anyone could be. It's not exactly a sacred relic or anything.
Okay. I got a message from a seer child from Cardoon, and then just fragments of what this thing is. So
You've got two more.
just
Good.
making sure.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, like I said, it was an honor to meet each and every one of you. And I hope to see you back on this island again. And Halfgar must remain neutral in many conflicts. But I have a feeling that we'll find a way to lend you some aid in the coming war.
I mean, I think Gish is a coastal city. So,
In fact, it is. 17 days, you said.
17 days.
That's right.
I've always liked a masquerade.
Perfect.
Farewell, Prism. Take care. And he tells you to get the fuck out of his temple.
On our way out, I'll just briefly tell him, I'm sorry that I deceived you.
I was honestly surprised you did. I usually see through disguises. You're very talented. But yes, next time come as you are.
Indeed.
As you will.
As you want to be.
I love that line, the old enemy one.
Yeah.
It's good for trailers.
Yeah.
All right, so you all depart from the Coral Embassy. Is there any hand-waving minor magic items that people want to buy, consumables of any sort, potions?
I think that Salty dictated Sylvan's actions. I now have this. I now have the Trident and Stormbreaker.
Nope.
Stormbreaker.
Incorrect.
I'm worthy.
Incorrect.
Ah!
Yeah, someone would hand it to you because you would die from it.
That's right.
You would take 55 points of necrotic damage for every round you hold it.
Oh, my ability to talk to
Amazing.
fish, but not influence them in any way is of no use here.
Yeah, that's what Stormbringer does. Not like it gives you 2 8th level spells or anything.
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well,
Shall
you
we
said
be up?
about spells and not spells, about
Magic items?
yeah,
Yeah.
that.
I guess it's kind of late, so it'd be hard to buy, but we could hand wave that you guys did it at some point during the market days.
I would assume we're probably going to have difficulty buying provisions like that in Draska.
Yep.
So whatever we feel like we would need in our encounter with Dubla.
I don't know. I may be hoarding things.
I'm
What do
really
you think
hoping
we
we're
need?
not going to run into Doomsday.
I mean,
Probably potion of acid resistance. She's a black dragon.
I still have 2 antitoxins.
Yep.
Well, which work on poison, not acid.
This is a good place to get acid resistance potions because it's a seafaring culture.
Perfect.
So 200 gold apiece if you want one.
Excellent. Yeah, mark me down for one, por favor.
Sure. I am on board for that.
I will pass because I am poor.
I will buy 2 so that all of us have one.
Okay.
1122 or 112.
So you have a potion of acid resistance.
Thank you, Emma, for 110 bits.
Woo! Yeah.
We love you to the void and back too, hon.
Oh.
There's
So
no back
200
from the
gold.
void.
You said 200 gold per potion of acid resistance? And Selena's buying 2.
Yes, because I do not want civilians to go
Right, okay.
without one.
Justice is buying 1.
Indeed.
So if anybody in the party can't afford one, I will make sure they have it.
Okay.
Cute.
And
No, it
then,
looks like everyone's good except for Soph.
I think I'm going to buy 2 because I'll probably need one in Gish again.
All right.
Salty!
Aw, thank you,
Thank
Salty, for
you.
the 100 bits.
Woo! I like how he
Closer,
uses the salt
closer to the
emoji.
turtle.
He's
best.
cute. He's
So
cute.
great.
Close and closer to turtles.
What else do we remember? What else did she do that we could actually...
Yeah. So I would say,
Prepare
as
for.
far as minor magical items, it's either your potions of resistance are the most specific things. I was basically just checking if anyone needed to buy healing potions.
I'm still good on mine.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think for Halfgar's market, time constraints, that's about it. There's not a lot of anti-charm stuff, unfortunately.
I will buy 2 potions of greater healing.
They're 150 a pop.
Perfect. Thank you.
Alright. So, are y'all good?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Just letting her write.
Because I can always make
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I think so too.
If worst case scenario, we can teleport in here, right? Buy some things and then teleport into...
At some point in your journey, yeah.
Right, okay.
We're good.
Also, we can also make a stop by the friends once we're back in Gish and see what they can help with it. So, we can always quietly get things once we're in Gish.
Right, right. Okay, well,
I'm ready to enter the continent of Draska.
Alright. So you enter the Iron Embassy and are escorted in by what are just, different races, doesn't matter. You enter, and whenever you step forward, you can feel this kind of force field, this kind of pressure hit you when you enter the Iron Embassy, this kind of suppressive force. You feel temporarily an access to your magical abilities slipped away. You only feel remnants of your power, and then it kind of lifts. One by one, you all enter the embassy, and you arrive in a very, very brutalist, for lack of a better word, Stalin-esque architecture, and are escorted into the chamber with the teleportation circle. You guys tell Scow to meet you in.
right. I was about to say we hand wave that, right?
Yep. You tell Scow to meet you in
Potions
the
on
northern
the
port.
And Golski.
And Golski. So we will go to the Golden Embassy in Vervostaga. It is very late, but I have sent missive and word that we are arriving. They're fine. So, yes.
Will we have a place to stay then?
There are
Further out until we can.
there are a number of accommodations.
Do you have any recommendations?
I do not. Do you?
I've never been there. So.
Never mind.
We'll ask the local flavor.
If I can move.
You all have at one point in your lives
Do you remember whatever the local drinking hole is from wartime?
You were Mrs. Claus at the time.
Yes.
Oh, neat.
That's right. It is the same town. That's
It
what I
is.
thought.
The Golden
thought so
Embassy.
Too, yeah.
I'm excited.
Perfection.
I
just
hear
made
that
his
the-
night.
Wabka.
I hear that the Reindeeratar are a numerous and proud people there. Hard
I hear.
nipple.
There it is.
You know, it must really suck to be a class that depends on higher level magic spells.
In Draska, it really does.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know what
Yeah.
must suck? Relying on those people to heal you.
Huh? Because I don't think the steps work, except for
I'm
that
sure they
first
don't.
level healing word.
Yeah, these, yeah, exactly. The staff for left
So-
healing could not do anything more than a healing word. Yeah.
Oh,
Healing word and
damn.
cure wounds.
No.
Right.
Only
Even
our-
with the medallion?
Oh yeah, with the medallion. Yeah. We're talking
Yeah.
about
Okay,
without
okay,
the
okay,
medallion.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, y'all got lucky.
Huh.
Well, I mean, you did
It's
well.
almost like we've had to greater restoration at least more than one of our party at any given point in time.
So as you step in the teleportation circle, world fades away and you see a blur of gold metal. Y'all land in this golden embassy. It is not as brutalist as the architecture that you just left. It seems to be molded, modified in some way. It seems to be of late imperial make. So you all enter there. He is with you. He says, right this way. Enter into the foyer, as it were, and he says, well, welcome to Virvostaga in Vorgod, Oblast. Good luck. I have other things to attend to, obviously. The Zemstroya here is... leads the Zemstroven Council, so if you need to speak with her, it's fine. Her name, she goes by Daff. It's her nickname.
Okay. Thank you for your assistance.
You are welcome. Good luck in the hills. It is a glorious countryside, but some of it still remains untamed. The elements themselves remain untamed. Good luck. And he walks away.
You said, Daff? D-A-F?
Daff. Short for Daphne.
Short for defiance.
And the town is spelled how again?
Virvostaga. Take your best guess.
I have it written down somewhere.
V Staga. There we go.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
VYRD Vostaga.
Well, the now is
VYR?
silent.
Yeah.
Here,
I always
got
spell
it.
my stuff wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter.
VYRDO or DVOZSTAGA.
Virvostaga.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I was
that's
mostly
how I
right
thought.
then.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
Beard Vostaga, just what I said.
Of course, yeah.
Okay then.
Moving along.
Let's talk
So
about
are we gonna
Virgo
go
Girls.
find an inn
Yeah, it's
that
10
we
at
can
night.
stay at and
Well-
hopefully not die?
It's actually... So time zones are a thing.
Right. Oh boy.
It is actually...
Gained a day. It's yesterday.
6 in the morning, roughly?
Are we outside the embassy now? Like walking through the town? Or are we still inside of it?
You're in the foyer.
Ah, okay.
Then I suggest two modes of action. We either find an inn to stay at as we're watching the sunrise, and we rest, or we go and we camp when we need to.
Perhaps we can
He did warn us. The countryside is dangerous.
perhaps we utilize the
Right.
train network or something similar. We
I mean-
know the name of the town that we need to get to.
We do need to figure out where we need to go anyway, so we might as well stop at the local inn.
There aren't
At
really
least ask
trains
around.
to Night Town, just so you know. Just gonna let
because
you know.
it's in the hills.
This is the last train stop in the Vorgod Oblast.
It's like out in the middle of it.
Yeah. So the way it kind of works is like you're in the central north, and there's this kind of long dip from the top mountains on the northern side of the world, and in that kind of long dip near the center there is Viravostaga of Vorgod, and Vorgod Oblast comes up like in a Y shape.
So you're telling me the song Night Train lied to me?
So it's like you said, it's center and north.
Yeah, of Draska, yeah. Being a relative term when talking about a country this size.
Well, ignore that suggestion. You know what would have been really useful, but I feel good about it on a moral grounds? Mr. Bones would have made a lot of this stuff very, very simple.
Choices.
In fact, he would have.
the
He's an
continued-
artifact and therefore ignores the iron laws.
The continued subjugation of
It's also
Mr. Bones.
necromancy. That came up twice.
Sure did.
Wow.
We didn't say anything. It just came up twice.
It's like a game of choice or something. I don't know.
Viravostaga is the
Weird.
capital of Vorgod Oblast.
Yep.
Yes.
Which
Okay.
And it is on the far southern side of Vorgod Oblast. And the rest of Vorgod Oblast is like, well, you're about to find out.
I'm excited to find out what shithole it is.
So can I use my clear psychic link to Mrs. Claus and find the inn?
Do you remember the name of the inn? Because I don't remember, even though I literally watched that one shot twice and I don't remember the name of the
Hold
inn.
on, I can tell you.
It's so good. For all of you who don't know, he ran a Christmas one-shot, a Draskan Christmas one-shot set in Imperial Draska in this town that I'm about to use.
That's right.
I gave him a name and he kind of made up the rest.
That's
The
right.
Petulant Bear.
You arrive at the inn, which has been in existence since Imperial Draska, known as the Petulant Bear.
Should we have creepy music?
Oh, no, we should not. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Dun, 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 dun.
Time for the boss music.
Dun, dun, dun,
Boggity
dun.
boggity. Oh, that's way too cute to come out of you.
You step into the Petulant Bear.
Yes! And there stands
Krampus.
LaCroix.
Yes,
There it is.
Flanked by a reindeer tar
And
and a
two
green.
flaming trees.
that's right.
And not in a good way.
Good
You
little
should have
difference.
learned
They
your
are not
lesson.
fabulous and covered in fashion.
You enter the Petulant Bear, which is a beautiful old inn with log cabins, stained wood, very hardy, very large, made for a large kind of a good size, a bearish people. You see in the inn to your right when you enter the kind of counter with the innkeeper and the bars and the stools. You see on the left a beautiful kind of carved mural that is painted with what you can assume are only heroic-like figures. You see an anthropomorphic reindeer.
Yes.
This is perfection.
I don't know what the glamour bard looked like.
He was like an elf.
You
Yeah.
see an elf glamour bard. You see a woman in a red, furry, and white suit with spectacles, and she peers over, and she's kind of behind everyone, holding them all together. You see this kind of furbog, but unlike most furbog that you've ever seen, he doesn't have gray. He has this kind of greenish pallor and fur, and he has a crossbow and a dagger.
Very pear-shaped.
Very pear-shaped.
Very pear-shaped.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah. And they seem to be being celebrated as heroes.
That's right.
There's no small child thing.
Of course.
Lifted up
In the
Timmy.
middle of all of them is the small child Timmy.
That's right. With
This
his
is
crutch.
great.
So you see that is what you see on the left side of the mural.
Oh my god.
They look like a
Canon.
heroic bunch.
Perfection.
Canon.
So canon.
It is now.
Perfection.
We beat him down.
Ah. It's
Still haven't
things
found
that
the end of
exist.
that story.
Yeah, and you don't know like how much of that is fiction or whatever, but this seems to be some kind of folklore tale that is represented in this mural.
Choice.
Oh, how can I help you today? A large bear-like man approaches you. How can I help you today? Welcome to the Petulant Bear.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Good morning. We were wondering, first bit of info. First is a brief question, and sorry for the forthrightness. Do you know how far away approximately Night Town is?
He reads back. He's like, you are not from here.
Indeed, we are not.
You are not a Draskan Warforged.
Indeed, I am not.
You are not Draskan Elf.
And I will hold up I'll pull the ammo
Oh.
up And I'll say we are on official business of the ambassador.
What's that?
It is an amulet of the ambassador.
Never seen one of those before.
Um,
Oh, the Iron Authority. Oh, no one gives a shit about the Iron Authority up here.
now we learned the truth about the Iron Authority. Communism. All right. I'll say.
Okay.
So indeed, we have established that we are not from Draska. Do you know approximately? What was it? No.
That's right. Not Draskan Pay.
Do you know how
I
approximately
don't look favorite.
how far
Hopefully.
the town of Nightwatch or Nightwatch was it Nightwatch?
I don't know, was it? Nighttown.
Nighttown. I knew it. Yeah, Nighttown.
You ask your
Let's just go
question
to Far
again.
Town, it's fine.
But I say my thing again. Where are you from?
Oh, I did not know that question.
I know, I say my thing.
Gish.
We
Ari.
traveled from Gish.
Wow. That is extraordinary.
So
Where's
far
Fred the
away.
Maybe we can bring you a tale or two if you'll share with us as well.
It doesn't. Well, I am Dimitri. It is nice to meet you. This is my inn. I inherited it from my great grandfather.
Did your great grandfather name?
Whatever the name of the guy.
Kodiak.
Kodiak. That's right.
Kodiak.
That's right. Should have given this guy a
Kodiak.
bear name. Damn it.
Kodiak is great.
The alternative
Demetrius.
there.
We'll find out.
You'll find out.
He's deeply offended by the question.
Welcome to the, and I am of course joking a little bit. We care a little bit about the Iron Authority, but the medallion doesn't. I mean, this is my inn. The Iron Authority, they work for the people.
I merely stated our connection due to the tensions between the two countries. You might not think that we are here on illicit business.
No, I assume anyone from Gishari isn't here on illicit business, because what are they going to do? Blow up the shit silo? Oh no! How will the Iron Republic survive? The fertilizer's been blown up. This is Vorgod. This is not Draska.
I like this guy. I really like this guy.
Amazing.
You know,
Ooh, you're really knocking
But
it out
I
of the park with this.
but I appreciate your earnest effort to so trust so quickly. Nighttown, that must be one of those awful hinterland towns. Go north of this town, past the frigid wastes, into the barren lands of the undead, into the mountains of Wretched Pass.
How much of
Oh
this
wait,
is
I'm
actually
writing it
real?
down.
Roll insight.
I'm writing it down. That's a 5 on insight.
Well,
Jump over,
Not
leap
any
over
better.
the maw of the dark gods, and you will find Nighttown.
Is
Dark
that right
gods.
past the shit silo?
Well, no, it's very far away from the shit silo.
But that direction.
Yes,
So I know how to
This
get
is
back
much
here by
better than
smell,
mine.
right?
yes.
Perfect.
16.
16.
Insight.
He is. He's bullshitting. he's fucking with you guys.
I'll be like, dark gods. Oh, got it.
Now, do we turn left at the muddy pits, or do we go right?
Well, you go right towards the maw of the dark gods.
Ah, got it. So how do we actually get there?
I don't know because I don't know Nighttown. But if
I mean, do you know who might know? Is there a local guide in town? Anyone more familiar with the landscape? Know
The-
what?
anywhere we
I
can
will
buy
buy-
a map.
That too. Maps are good. What is your drink of specialty in Draska?
drink of specialty in Draska. Vodka. Yes.
I will take one of those then.
Okay, here's a vodka.
And I'll pay you double the price to know where to go and find.
2 silver.
All right, there you go.
Pockets it.
Is my money still good?
Yeah.
Money's so good.
I mean,
It's a nice thing about
nobody
being
wants to
precious
put
metal.
in like a currency exchange into their.
That's how we
game.
have fun.
Like that's how.
Yeah.
Like, can we not?
More maps.
What is the going rate now from Draska and Shekels?
That's what I did all day when I prepared for this session. International monetary policies.
That's right.
Please, bring us more.
That needs to be the name of the episode: International Monetary Policy.
Yes, right after
And
fiduciary
fiduciary
responsibility.
responsibility.
People are like, what is this
The
game?
title writes
Yeah,
itself.
fiduciary international law.
Gee, I
International
don't understand
foreign
why no
relations
one's watching this show anymore.
Is it too dense?
No, the viewers must be wrong.
Am I out of touch?
The international diplomatic relations. It's like the title of a PhD paper.
Episode 43.A.
Subsection.
Oh man.
This isn't a
If we don't
thesis
all
we're
have
doing right now?
PhD at the end of this, then I don't know what we're doing
That's right.
here.
That's right.
No, you won't let it.
Still holding on. Let go of entertainment. Do the exchange rates instead. Don't roleplay.
No, if we do it.
Show us the math.
Critical Role is the past.
We are the future.
International exchange rates.
And produce
Your
your
responsibility.
You gotta answer
Critical
that
role is the
accountant.
past.
You're still holding on. Let go. Let the past
No,
die.
you won't let it.
Let the past die. All right.
Ooh, we need to move on from this.
Yep.
We're having a lot of fun,
Change
guys.
the topic.
Oh,
Toga.
So ship silo to the unburied waste
Yes.
to the undead land of the
We're looking
undead.
for
Right.
a Vorgod in there.
So, I will be honest with you. Vorgod Oblast is difficult to travel. But if you want to travel in one of the mountain towns, which I imagine Nighttown is, just take one of the roads north. There are many travelers, tradesmen, people that you can bargain with, negotiate with, hitch a carriage. As far as anyone would know, there are a number of outlanders, and I wonder. You know what? I think I do know someone who will know. Now that I think about it, he is a rather strapping old man who lives outside of town.
Hey.
He is a Goliath who has lived in this town for quite some time. He is a ranger, an outlander of sorts. But he knows Vorgod better than you.
Perfect.
A leather daddy.
Oh, do you happen to know his name?
I do. I've Gorski.
Ivgorsky?
I've Gorski.
Did you say Ivgorsky or Ivgorsky?
I've Gorski.
Okay.
Ivgarsky?
No, I've Gorski. It's not with an A, it's with an O.
Let's check.
Pretty sure it was 2 A's.
I've got this written down as Gorski, the old Goliath leather daddy.
He is in fact a leather daddy.
I'm excited.
So, enjoy Vladivostoga. Enjoy Vorgod.
I lose track of time because I do not require such things, but
I'm
do you need
famished.
rest?
I want to eat.
I was gonna say, were we up all night, or was it like because of the time exchange we're still well rested? I couldn't remember. Like,
I mean, it's still 10 p.m. from where you left. It's now 6 a.m. because of time zones.
because we were sleeping on the boat back.
Yeah,
and so like, are we?
Well, I mean, what are
We
your
didn't have
resources
quite
look
enough
like?
time to take a
I
long
don't.
rest. We took a short rest and that was it.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm at 33.
It is up to you whether or not time is your resource. It is up to you guys if you want to. If I was thinking you were exhausted, I would warn you.
Okay.
Do you want to take an extended
So
rest?
we
It's up to you.
can push forward, as I said, or we can stay here. I mean, vodka sounds always drinkable.
I'm fine to take a short rest, 1 hour, and then continue on our way. Perhaps we use Selena's advice and rest
I
on
don't
our
know
road.
what a short rest is going to do for any of us. We just had one.
I just did not do it before, so I'm going to do it right now.
Okay
Yeah,
then.
you did.
Oh,
So you
yeah,
can
I
just take it.
do it either.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I remember. You took a short rest on the way back. There wasn't.
We had like 5 or 6
Yeah.
hours. We
Yeah.
didn't have a full 8.
Yeah.
Well, light activity. Could the two of us have gotten effectively a long rest?
Yeah.
No?
Still not enough time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm the only one that needs to sleep, so that would be useful. Not immediately necessary, but useful.
Perhaps if we find a carriage, you can sleep on the road.
That would be good.
Sleep on the move.
Dimitri, are there carriages or like horses and a cart maybe that we could rent or?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, then that takes care of that.
Then perhaps we should be visiting Avgorsky. Or you said you were famished. Do you need
We can
food?
eat something if that's okay. I mean, we just got here.
Okay.
What's up? Do you have anything that you're proud of locally, breakfast-wise?
With potato.
Sorry, that
Sounds
Any-
delicious.
killed me.
You should ask him for the potato recipe.
Any particular ways that it's cooked or anything?
Potato pie, fried potato, potato crisp, potato mash,
What's your
Mashed
favorite?
I was hoping you were just gonna
Put
say.
them in a stew.
potato pie.
I'll try that.
Okay. One potato pie coming up.
Do you have any liquid potato?
Yes, welcome.
I do not require sustenance.
No, of course not. You are Warforged.
Are there any? Are there
That's
any
great.
Warforged in town?
Huh?
Are there any Warforged in town?
Well, one, a handful, I'm sure.
Tell me. Well, we wait for the. Or is he the one who has to make the potato pie?
No, I have a kitchen staff. My God, could you imagine running this place by myself?
It was pretty big, if I remember, right?
The inn's big. The town was a
Yeah.
desolate shithole 100 years ago.
Right, but I mean, the inn was sizable.
Sizable.
It fit the whole town.
Potato pie.
Does it get
Potato.
for
Do you need food?
Potato pie and 2
Is the
vodkas.
children restored?
Two potato pie, 2 vodka. Do you want potato pie?
Yeah,
Do you want
definitely.
it?
I do.
Okay. 3
More
potato
potato
pie,
to go with my potato.
2 vodka.
Best way to wash a potato down is with potato.
And he, he doesn't. He just stands there. He's like, "Hey, 3 pie, 2 vodka. Thank you." And you hear back, "Okay."
I'll say,
No price cheaps.
as a citizen of the, what do they call it? The free what?
The free state of Draska, or the Iron Republic.
The free state of Draska, we were told that the Iron Authority requires the consent of all citizens.
The Iron Laws.
The Iron Laws, yep, thank you.
That is correct. Is that strange to you?
I was just curious if that was a truth or if that was a half truth.
It is true. It is true. The Iron Laws, as we learn in school, are maintained because of the will of the Draskan people.
Is it the will of the majority then?
It's, as far as I understand it, we all enjoy a pretty great degree of safety, especially compared to the empire that came before. When this town lived under the empire, was under the decrepit ruler of a very despotic mage, and demons themselves invaded the town. Our heroes, and he points to the mural, liberated this town from a great evil, but those evils were very common over 100 years ago. Yes.
We actually have to go back and kill them now. We succeeded, okay? So whatever happens next, you just need to make sure that we
I mean,
succeed.
it's a long period of time. I mean, maybe.
Well, and also maybe you're memorialized because you died in battle.
Succeeded is what I'm hearing.
Does the,
You at least succeeded once, and we're
maybe
given a
Timmy
mural.
succeeded and you all died.
Yeah, the second act is
We'll have to
entirely up to y'all.
does the reindeer talk? No, I can't even say it.
So, yes, it is not a perfect country we live in. We have our problems, but it is far better than any of the alternatives.
What would you say your largest concern, or what would the term be, gripe be?
Gripe of the Iron Authority?
Indeed, or living here in their rule.
Things move very slowly. It can be very hard to develop and build in an efficient manner. There is a lot of bureaucracy. But if you ask my babushka, she would say good things take time. So,
Mm-hmm.
the Iron Authority has committed great resources to taming the frozen wastelands and the lands of the eastern and northern Draska, but it is a very large country, and we can only do so much.
It's understandable.
And when you, at least somewhat jokingly, said that you do not care for the Iron Authority here, the Iron Laws.
Oh, no. That was mostly a joke. It's just, in the hinterlands here, a lot of the resources are dedicated to the urbanization of the country. The further away you get from Draska and the international coasts, the less resources there are. Because there are less people here. We only have so much money to go around.
Yeah, he believes in the law, it's just not in the authority. So if the police come out here,
We are the authority around here.
Exactly. Yeah. That makes perfect sense to me. Thank you for being so forthright with the information.
It is a free country. I speak freely.
look at us making friends.
Yeah.
Dimitri, I'm putting him down as a friend.
Ally. Along with all the other allies you made.
He's gonna come and fight against.
Yeah.
You better be there. Cracking Duplacroix over with
That's
the
right. That's what's gonna
He's
happen.
got, like-
descending from the sky.
She
Right.
has him by the neck. He
He's
drops
like-
his knife.
That's right.
Yeah.
Transforms into a bear.
That's right.
Buffed.
We can use one of
I
those
can
things
do
that we have
that
with a Gen X.
So the vodka and the
Oh,
potato pie
gosh.
come. It's actually very good. It's like a very good pie. It's like garnished with cheese and triple
Nice.
baked and yada yada yada. I don't know food, but yeah.
I'm trying.
I don't know
It's a good, it's a good pie.
Very good pie.
Very good potato pie.
Predictable.
It's
Kelly
served-
wants a recipe for this.
Yeah, it's served with a nice some kind of fruit or something, and it's good. You can write down Vorgod potato pie.
Yeah.
Potato
Bit heavy for breakfast, but here we are.
You needed to go
Dinner
for
for
that
us.
vodka.
Where's my
That's
recipe
right.
list?
They have to eat heavy breakfasts around here. It's cold. Oh, and it is winter in northern Draska, so yeah.
So, Cloak of Many Fashions.
Yeah.
We'll just make that a little warmer.
Yeah. You're fine, obviously, because you're like made of ice.
I'm
That's
not
right.
defined
You don't care. 'Cause
Coat.
you're
I'll use my attire though.
a freak.
Will
Skinless
your
freak.
galoshes save you in this cold?
I don't
You're made of wood.
believe so.
You're galoshes.
The
Wow,
thin
it's
rubber.
called being prepared. Civilius, look it up.
I mean, why would I?
Stuff
How
in the
much
straw.
does it cost to get extra winter clothes for those who are
I mean, it's
unprepared?
1,500 gold.
I was gonna say something absurd.
I would say for
Can you
an
buy any
outfit
from-
that Sovelius would wear,
Oh god,
Yeah.
that's a different. That is
Obviously.
not what I asked.
I would say 15 gold.
Did you not have any of that stuff for Bridgeton?
It was summer in Bridgeton. You
Yeah.
guys only recently visited
It's a little
winter.
bit
I'm
more
not
cold.
sure if you ever went out.
I'll go find a
It
nice
was-
outfit.
it was- fall.
It was fall in
Yeah.
Bridgeton.
Yeah.
But Bridgeton is also has some climate control.
I mean, and it's a nice outfit, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's not
That's Sovelius
Okay,
would
good.
wear.
Mink
Yeah,
fur.
Mink.
Yeah, I don't know. her.
He's got one of those hats, but it's
It's
all.
fox. It's just literally a fox. He
Living
puts a fox around his neck.
To be completely honest, it's on the to-do list because I'm just gonna sleep in like fox or weasel form and be adorable.
There you
And
go.
It'll be great.
Do you have a sock puppet for one of those?
You shall find out.
Oh god.
Perfect. That was a good use.
Her sock puppets stop being actual ones. It's just socks.
Do you-
So my armor, I think there's a Drawskin outfit.
There
in my armor.
is.
So
That's
I
clever.
would don that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do, same-ish with mine. So I'm not just stand out.
So you all have like the furry thing and the hats now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're
but
just-
that bear the
It's
symbol of the
right
Iron
for everything.
Authority.
There we go.
It's
Sure,
a fez hat. You know what the tassels?
No, it's the
No,
what are
fur
they
ones.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
The,
fur ones.
with the you
I
can
know.
bring
The flaps,
down.
yeah, you all are wearing that. It's canon.
Cannon.
Whatever, however, Warforged.
Mine looks better than the rest of you.
That's right. Yours is more high
jacket
fashion.
on. Okay.
So do you depart for Ivorski?
Yeah, after we talk to. Yes, sorry. Yes,
Definitely.
the Ivgorski, yeah.
Drawskin winterwear. There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A outfit for every occasion.
That's right.
You arrive at the on the outskirts of town, past the shit silo. You arrive at this kind of yeah. This
Leave a deposit or two.
So one of the things as you travel through Vorgod, you see that this city is actually pretty well organized. It's gridded. It has good. It has naturally incorporated parks, greenlands, swales, ditch, sewers, all that kind of stuff. It's iron meets green. There are not that many single houses, but you see a lot of row apartment buildings. And everything stands pretty tall, but this is still a kind of a smaller city. So the things here are probably no higher than 2 stories, 3/4. As you travel through the pretty well-maintained streets towards the outskirts of town, you see more single-family houses and farmlands. You eventually arrive at this kind of not low to the ground, but kind of a single house stone hut that stands on this rangeland. You were informed by talking to people along the way that this is the home of Igorsky. Reminds you a little bit of the stone temple of Iversmith, which was giant made. That's why it housed the bones of storm giants.
Perhaps we should approach. Is there any reason to tally? Terry?
No,
I
don't
can't
believe
think
so.
one.
Borsto! Just tapping the international.
Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
The stone door to this dome-like structure opens. And kind of ducking a little bit, you see the face of a Goliath. He is old. He actually, which you've never seen before, has a very long beard. It's salt and pepper, and kind of scraggly. Comes to a point. He has several scars over his eyes and one deep one across his neck. He leans down. You see now that this is a dome, but it's something that's built into the earth. But he still seems to be looking down. It says,
Here we go.
Starts gargling it.
Can I help you? No.
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln.
That's right. Could I help you?
Yes. Are you the man known as Igorsky?
I.
We were sent from Dimitri. We are looking for passage to the village of Nighttown, and we're told that you perhaps could provide guidance or service.
That massive drunk who runs the inn in town.
Indeed, that is him.
He's at least a nice drunk.
All
I have a me and potato pie.
These are my associates, and I will gesture to let them introduce themselves.
Looks at you.
Selena.
Selena.
Yay!
Gilly.
Severus Almustache.
All right, Sibelius.
And I'm Justice.
Still
Okay.
got creases and tags hanging from you.
You
As-
need help with those.
As you very well know,
Stop.
I am
You
a
wouldn't understand.
I am Igorsky. Yeah. Hi, I'm Igorsky. I can probably offer you assistance. Where did you say you want to go? Nighttown?
Indeed.
All right. That is possible. I'm assuming this is one of those desperate mountain towns I've probably heard of once or twice. Well, come in from the cold. Opens the door and kind of steps aside. You see him stand up.
Thank you.
As we walk and look around the house.
5, 10, 15 feet tall.
He's 7.5 feet tall.
But this place was built by giants? Or by Goliaths?
This place was built, we're presuming, by Goliaths, half
Okay.
giants. Yeah.
Still pretty big for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So as the door slams, you see that you kind of go in. And you see that he was actually standing on an upper ledge, and he seemed to have been fixing something. That's why he was crooked around. And you guys dip on down and go into the home, and he comes down from the upper ledge and spirals on down. You are in this kind of this inner dome. It's basically a one-room house. There's technically more than one room, but for all intents and purposes, you can pretty much see everything. You do know that he had there's probably like an outhouse outside. Sit, and you sit in his den, which he has this kind of roaring fire in this chimney going.
Can I see what he was trying to fix?
Oh, sure. Roll perception.
14.
Just seems to be some kind of wooden plaque that he was attending to on his wall.
Okay.
Wooden fixture, a decoration.
Okay.
He sits down in his chair and he's like, can I get you anything to drink? I have some tea on the fire.
Tea sounds lovely.
I'll have some tea as well. Thank you.
He gets you this stoneware and sets it in front of you and pours you all tea. Who requested it? He doesn't pour any for you. He sets his massive kettle, hangs it on the fire, above the fire. Well, so you need to go to Nighttown.
Indeed.
All right. And you've never been to the country before. Is that correct?
I think
This part of it.
That would be accurate.
Correct.
All right. Well, I suppose I can offer some assistance, but it is not exactly free. I don't have the most free time at the moment. Winter is setting in, and I have a lot to attend to, but I can at least help you some.
Could we buy a map?
I have a few maps of the northern regions, but there is no official map. The censors of the Iron Authority have never published anything of the sort.
Yeah, if you have... I think all we're asking is for a map, not a guide.
Oh, that's even easier. Yes, I can give you some directions and a map.
I think that's all that was volunteered of you, was some directions and potentially map. If you think it's too dangerous for us to go,
Well, I don't know. How well traveled and how much of a combatant are you?
I'm somewhat well traveled.
we
I
can...
think that we will be fine.
Okay.
I mean, we're no Iron Authority or anything, but can handle ourselves a bit.
Okay. I can offer a map, and I can even show you outside of town and give you a good head start.
That would be lovely.
That would be much appreciated.
Why are you going into the northern mountains?
Looking for a smithy.
Okay.
Specialized. I don't...
Well, it is perilous. The earth itself will be against you, so watch out. There are any number of creatures, the closer you get to the mountains, that live in the shadows that is provided, because there's not a lot of sunlight up there. We are in our period of darkness right now, so after you travel so far, you will be in perpetual night.
Wonderful. It's my favorite.
Delightful.
It's the north. Days are
So-
short.
Mostly elementals that we'll come across?
Yes.
Okay. We can check for larger threats and move around them as necessary.
If we were to, are there any provisions that people of your village would normally attune or acquire before they make the travel? Like,
Earmuffs.
understood.
All right.
These aren't magical earmuffs, are they?
No, just well-made ones.
Understood.
I don't think that most people here are going to have magical items.
Just making sure.
I only have one or two.
I'm assuming mine came with earmuffs.
It did.
I don't have ears.
You do not, but you still hear.
It's true. My ear holes are getting cold.
Oh boy.
Oh, goodness.
So, he gives you a map which will actually allow you to make your journey, rather than get lost and freeze to death and die.
There we go.
Always good. Always good.
For that map, he will request payment of 10 gold pieces.
Oh, perfect.
I got that. Meaning I'll write it down into the
So if there's nothing else I can show you outside of town.
That would be greatly appreciated. Oh, we wish to. Is there an establishment where we could rent horses and a small
Yeah, the
wagon or carriage?
The petulant bear. Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost like he didn't tell us that.
I guess we could probably hand wave all that if we
Yeah.
can.
You guys get horses in a cart. Rental, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I'll say 25 gold.
Yeah.
Cart and a couple horses.
Right. Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right. So he gets you on the north side of town. He shows you a way. He lets you travel through, and he bids you farewell. He's like, "Good luck. Stay safe out there.
Thank you very much.
Keep your earmuffs close."
I have Gorski.
You too.
He's as you guys disappear from view. He's like, "The night screamers are terrible." We will. With that, we are going to go to break.
Oh boy. The night screamers.
Yep, that's a thing.
As they
that
dig into your blood.
Pie. Time for pie.
Potato pie.
Are we at break
no,
right
No,
now?
no potatoes
So-
in this pie.
Thank you again, Emma and Salty, for donating bets. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, please follow. And if you're following already or are about to follow, consider subscribing. Consider donating bits so we can get our Turtle one-shot going.
That's right.
Yeah.
We will be back with a journey to the frozen north of a foreign country.
I'm excited.
Turtles. With night screamers.
Night screamers.
You
He
got it.
deleted
I
the
She
would
ended
just-
the stream.
I was just starting soon for a second. Hi, we're back.
We're starting soon.
Yeah. And now, hey, truth in advertising.
That's right. We've started now.
That's
so.
the real transition.
There we go.
Yeah, we're back.
Succinct.
So the Prism has they're in the Republic of Draska, and they are making their way into the frozen north. They are departing from the town of Vladivostoga in Vorgod Oblast, and have just left Ivgorski, their Outlander Goliath map maker, behind. And you guys are riding this kind of rickety cart with these two horses into the frozen north.
Nothing could go wrong.
Not a single thing could go wrong here.
So,
Nope, this
as
is
we
perfect.
move forward, I will ritual commune with nature.
Okay. Okay.
You have now
What
alerted
are
the
your three
Draska
questions?
authorities.
They come swooping down.
Helicopters.
Just all the eagle or the.
I like the da-da-da-da.
Oh yeah, these medallions, they allow you to cast these spells, but also to be tracked so we can be immediately killed.
That's okay.
It's fine.
I
Don't worry
want
about
to see terrain and bodies of water that match the map. So if there are no bodies of water on the map, I'm not going to look for them. But just terrain, and then definitely checking for elementals. And I know he was joking about the undead, but making sure there are no undead.
So how far into this journey do you do that? How?
Right at the beginning. So I would go out
Okay.
3 miles right at the beginning and just make sure that the map makes sense and is doing what it needs to be done.
Understood. It looks like it's all panning out. The map is as is. As far as powerful elementals, you get a ding here or there, but they're pretty far out there. They're like way off the beaten path. There's no water on the map. Not close enough anyway. Is that everything?
And then I
Oh, undead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No undead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I think he was super joking about the undead?
It's just farther north.
We're really close to town. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
There be vampires in these mountains.
Mhm.
There's no sunlight, so anytime that we enter into a place that has no sunlight, I'm just gonna assume that there are vampires.
Yeah. So why don't someone roll me a history check now that y'all are
I'll
here?
assist
I
you.
can give
Perfect.
guidance if we're all together.
Sure.
Guidance for you and guidance for you.
Forgot how to
The
pick up a
Oprah of
D4.
guidance. Okay,
Okay, that's
okay,
really
okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah, I could
Okay,
deal
okay,
with that.
okay, okay, okay.
So I believe I'm at a +8 right now. So that will be 25, 29.
All right. So, in the time before, when the Draskan, when Draska was not Draska, when it was different empires, and then one great empire. When the Draskan Empire fell, it was ruled mostly by what was known as It was most of the. There are a lot of different republics and a lot of different kingdoms that comprise the Imperial Draska. The largest of it was what was known as the Damir Kingdom, which were vampires. They were the ruling family of the Draskan Empire. They were slaughtered in a peasant revolution by what became the Central Committee of the Iron Republic.
as they do.
But In the far reaches of the world, the legacy of the Damir still reigns. Dhamir.
Do I know any Draskan tunes?
Yeah, you probably do.
Dostoevsky or something like
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Well, before its fall, and even after the legacy of Imperial Draska, in the classic arts, Lund
How
Hall.
long ago was that?
So the fall of the Republic was a little over 73. It was 77 years ago. That was when the ruling family was slaughtered, the Damir royal bloodline.
Cool.
Yep. Leading that revolution were the Praetorian, Bratorian, Praetorian Iron Guard. What are now known as, what were sometimes at one, which are sometimes known as Iron Shadows. They are hobgoblins.
Iron Shadows. It's a pretty cool name.
It is.
I'm digging it.
These lore drops.
So, you all are venturing forward. You are telling each other these tales, sharing that information, talking. You do your commune, and you venture still. Someone go it. So you're about, I'm going to say, 6.5 hours into this journey, and you're now leaving the remnants of civilization far behind you. You see the occasional outposts. You share a brief conversation. You press on. About 6.5 hours into this journey, which you're not entirely sure how long it's going to take you by cart. Go ahead and someone roll me a perception check.
Okay, I can do that. And how much water was on this map?
None really that are close to your path. I mean, the wider region, there's a lake here or there, but they're far off the beaten path.
May I assist
you
her?
not
I was gonna. Sorry. Since
Were
I
you-
don't.
Sorry.
Since I don't sleep, I was just gonna sit at the front and keep an eye open if I can assist her.
Which is that was I was gonna ask. Were you not sleeping then?
Since we were sharing stories, I'm assuming I wasn't sleeping yet.
Okay. Sure. So you're not attempting to take the extended rest yet. You're up. You were what was your perception check?
28.
Alright.
Natural 20.
Pretty hot. She didn't roll again. Your advantage.
Oh, did you want me to roll
No,
again
you
for
don't have
advantage?
To see if it's
Maybe.
another
It's a
20.
15.
What does a double 20 get you?
You see everything.
See through time and space.
So 6.5 hours in this journey, it is pretty dark. It is effectively nighttime, even though it's during the day. You're kind of trotting along, and the wheels of your cart are pressing. And Selena, you're kind of looking out there, and you don't really. It's difficult to say. What you notice is there's a few kind of pebbles on the ground, and you see them go. And then as there's more pebbles closer to you, and they're just they're pressing like something's moving underneath the earth towards you, and it's making pebbles bounce ever so slightly.
How do the horses look?
They don't look spooked yet. This is a good way. With a 28, we're talking this is like 300 feet away.
Ooh.
But you do see something under the earth coming towards you.
I'm excited.
We've got some
Still
sort
don't
of
know
company.
What was that?
We've got some sort of company.
Where I do not see it.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Tell me what your druid eyes see. I see nothing on the horizon.
It's because it's all underneath the earth. So I don't have a 5th level spell slot left, so I can't commune with nature and figure out what it is.
Should we avoid it?
It's coming towards us underneath the earth. I don't think we can avoid it.
And you got a 28?
Yeah.
So that was out of your right, and on your left you see same path, a kind of line coming towards you.
Perhaps we should draw them away from the horses.
Can we move faster? Can we stoke the
What does
horses?
the ground look like for viability to have the horses move any faster?
They can certainly try.
Okay.
these things are moving pretty fast.
Can we make the horses fly?
I have an idea. I'm gonna hop off of the cart, and I'm gonna kind of run a direction to see if they come after me.
North or what?
Which direction is the cart moving?
Do you have your boots of elven kind on?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would have been funny, because just no vibrations.
Yeah, nothing.
So you land in north or south? South is the way you came?
I'm moving away from the cart. I'm
Right,
going
so you're headed north, they're
Yeah.
coming from the east and the west.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stamp and see if I can draw their attention.
Oh, you're moving away, so it's going north, you're going south.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The thumper.
Go ahead and roll performance.
I'm really good at this. I can blow my violin.
Doesn't work that way.
That's
a
a
horn.
tw-
If you had
that's
a
a
horn.
20.
A 20.
All right.
Okay. So you see the eastern path trek off and go towards you. The western one still remains going towards the cart.
How fast does it seem to be moving now that I'm
60 feet around.
pathetic? I'm going to kite this bitch.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to try to just lure it away while these guys go. I never yell. I'll just say as loud as I can. I'm like, I've drawn one away. I don't yell.
Great.
Okay. So I would be trying to speak with animals. No, I can't do that. I mean, I can do that, but I can't do that.
First level armor, I got this.
Okay. Approaching faster and faster.
Yeah.
That one's going straight towards you.
Pull out my rapier and just be at the ready.
All right.
I didn't give an inspiring speech in the 6 hours that we were traveling.
You
I
did
probably
not.
would have done that, but it's fine. We'll do it afterwards.
All right.
If I have a little bit of time, if I see the other one going, I'm going to grab my crowbar and I'm going to try to slam it on the ground and see if I can't draw the other one's attention.
Okay. Go ahead and roll performance again. So, how fast are the horses going, folks?
So I would have gotten the horses to move a little bit faster, so maybe not quite double speed,
Right.
but
Whatever it's called, not a full gallop, but
Yeah.
whatever it's called, a canter or whatever.
Canter or a trot or something.
trot.
I don't know. Horse
18.
words.
Stumble.
18.
A stumble, yes.
You see the second one go. They're coming for you.
All right, hey.
Yeah. But you do see the they're both coming for you at this time. So as you start to hit that canter, you see a wall of stone just appear before the horses, and they smack into it.
Oh.
And the cart just kind of topples.
The horses!
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh. It's me.
Okay.
I don't think the horses are dead per se, but
I hope not.
We paid $25 for those horses.
25 gold.
25 gold.
Gold, yeah, that's a lot of gold.
They were also horses.
25 goats we could have bought.
Yeah. We could have ridden on a
25
herd of goats.
Salinas.
That's right.
25.
25 goats.
Oh, is that a giant goat? Runaway train never coming back.
-1.
Runaway on the one-way train. Feels like I should be getting somewhere.
Alright, 25 to 20. Doing great. 2015.
18.
16.
15.
Selena, where are you at?
6.
Teen?
6.
Alrighty.
4 plus 2.
So as the wall of stone gets conjured, it goes rockets out and billowing up above it. On the other side of the wall of stone is this woman with earthen colored skin, just skin like a rough soil. She has these piercing metallic eyes, and she wears these kind of red robes that flow all around her. She doesn't seem to have legs so much as just kind of this dirt, this kind of dirt funnel that substitutes the lower half of her body. She has one hand that is much larger than the other, that is entirely made of metal of some kind, or maybe even stone. And then she wields a massive mallet, and you can see as she swings it up, that wall of stone is conjured, and invisibility around her disappears, and then she flies behind the wall.
Is she an elf?
She's not.
Does she seem familiar at all?
No, she's an elemental.
Okay, just
She's
checking.
not your aunt.
She's not your aunt.
It wouldn't be the first
I
aunt we've come
know.
across.
She's supposedly in Draska somewhere.
And she is an
Somewhere.
earth. She is a stone sorcerer.
Correct.
Justice, it's your turn.
Okay, so if the things are still fixated on me, I don't think that they can catch me with my speed of 50 and bonus
Okay.
action dash.
Okay.
So I was trying to lure them farther away from the group.
Okay.
So I'll keep drawing them further away.
Okay.
And then I will ready an action for if one like pops up out of the ground anywhere near me.
So I will say, based on you are 35 feet away from them,
Mm-hmm.
and if you move again, you'll be however far away you are.
Yeah, I can move up to 100 feet away without
Alright.
doing anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your turn.
Yep.
Sevelius.
So she's behind this wall now. How high is the wall?
The wall is 20 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 feet tall. The stone wall. The cart, and you guys are all kind of batted up against it. You're picking yourselves up from the cart, and it's not in shambles, but it's damaged.
How can I like get around it with my 40 feet?
I would say you're dead center of the wall.
So blade song to start off.
Yeah. No, you cannot get around with 40 feet. It's about, well, it's 100 feet long.
Wow.
Okay.
And this isn't something we would put on there, is it? Like
No,
okay.
this is theater of mine.
Gotcha. Just making sure.
Alright. So if I do some sort of acrobatics check, could I try to climb or at least jump
Yes.
over the wall to get to the top?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics. We'll
At
go-
advantage because I'm in blade song.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
From the
go.
top of the cart, you're going to try to basically kip up onto it.
Correct. So I kept up to get to the top. 18 and a 17 on the dice,
Okay.
plus my 3,
Nice,
so
nice,
21.
21. I will say that does it. So you land on the top of the wall from the top of the cart, kind of using that momentum from being hurled off the cart to your advantage and landing on top of the wall.
Perfect.
You can see the earth elemental is lower, and she looks up at you. What are you doing?
I will use Frostbite on her from a range.
Interesting. Constitution saving throw.
Yep. DC 16.
It's a 10 plus 7. So I'm so sorry. Con of 24.
Yep, that's...
Okay. Well, good talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Stunning. This trick is not going to go well.
None as such.
I'm gonna stun this rock.
So yeah, you see the eyes kind of coalesce over forming. You think back to your aunt just for a moment, and you're shaken just for a little bit because this magic that she is wielding reminds you of Anicia Anastasia. That your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, buddy. Lily. The G looks like an L.
I'm Lily today. All right.
I want to pop out Clokey,
Okay.
and I want Clokey to get me within 10 feet of her. And I'm going to ready.
Yeah.
I'm going to, when I'm within 10 feet of her, once Clokey gets me there, I want to use Fey Presence.
Alrighty. Fey Presence. Okay. So I will just go ahead and I gotta roll for initiative for Clokey. So you use your action, your ready action. Okay, Clokey's on here. That's gonna be a thing.
I'll use whatever movement I have to get close. Oh my gosh, my ring is all up in my hair.
Yeah, you can do it.
And before I put Clokey out, and then
It's a bonus action. That's your
it is a
action.
bonus. Yep.
That'll be your reaction when it goes off.
Yep.
Eastern Elemental is going to go the one that was now to the southeast. So you see them still going for you, but then they one of them stops and redirects and starts to make its way north.
Oh, bitch.
Clokey's turn. Clokey successfully flies up and gets you close enough.
So Fey Presence.
DC 18. Wisdom save.
Haha.
Alrighty.
Everyone cross fingers.
15.
Hey! Alright, so, charmed by me.
Into
for-
the next turn.
Yes, that's right.
Alright.
Awesome. And I'll say, if I can,
Yeah.
don't attack her! She's charmed.
Okay.
Legs.
Selena, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try and wrangle the horses so they don't like gallop off.
Okay, roll animal handling.
And
This will be your action to wrangle
it
her.
will, yes. Animal handling 11.
All right, so you kind of begin to wrangle. You see that even though they kind of bam and they are kneeing, they're a little spooked. They're not totally making a break for you. These are Draskan horses. They've been on this road before. They survived a winter or two, and you're kind of able to you're at least able to get them upright. We'll say
Upright and not running away. That's
not
the magical-
immediately running away. No.
Not running away.
Yeah.
And then I will yell over the wall, "What do you want?"
What do you speak primordial?
I do not. I can yell Druidic at her.
Nope. You yell Druidic. You're unsure if she understands.
Well, I probably would have done maybe Draconic, because I mean it is the.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll yell it in Draconic. No, I'll just yell it in Common. We're just gonna yell it. In
All right. You yell in common, uncertain if she's understood you. That your turn?
Common. Yeah.
The Western Earth Elemental, she's charmed, is going to go ahead and keep going for you. They move 60 feet closer to you, so they're like 45 feet away or something. It is the Elemental Genie's turn. Well, they're charmed by you.
I dream of Genie.
Gonna give me a wish? I'm just kidding, I don't want that. That's not a thing I want.
I wish for all the Warforged to be free.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
So you're
Not
floating
wishing
above
these
the wall?
Yeah, I've Cloaky grappled me to move me, so.
Okay. Charmed her.
I probably would have said, like, we don't need to fight.
Okay. So what I'll say is, she will lower the wall.
Not like drop it to where I fall.
No,
Like,
just lowers
okay.
it. You see it subsume into the ground. That's going to be their turn. They're just kind of momentarily like, what is this? Justice's turn.
Okay. Using my action, I'm going to cast the Minor Illusion cantrip, and I'm going to make like a really low rumbly sound about 30 feet further down
Okay.
on the ground.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to like vibrate stones and stuff. And then I'm going to grab my thing of the bat, lift up, and I'm going to start flying back towards the group was.
Alrighty.
Trying to draw it, and that thing lasts for a minute until I
Okay.
dismiss it.
Nice.
Alrighty. Okay, understood. Got it.
So like maybe like footfalls or something. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you could sense the kind of gentle rumble, the significant rumble on the ground. So Vilis, it's your turn.
Alright. So none of the other elementals have popped out or attacked
No, they're
yet.
coming for you, but they're not.
Okay.
One of them is.
As my action, though, I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay.
And then that will be it for the time being, and just be at the ready.
Okay.
Waiting to see what happens.
All right. Gilly, it's your turn.
I got a 4th level left.
Okay.
Charm monster.
Alrighty.
The
With a
Draska,
straight roll.
the Iron Authority.
It is a
comes
straight roll.
down from the sky.
This is the Iron Authority, it's the citizen.
That is a 9.
Charmed.
Yep.
So listen, we don't have to fight about this. She seemed to be responding at all to common.
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to understand you.
Sylvan?
Just looks at you blankly.
I'll just kind of say, I'll just use my hand motions and I'll say,
Kind of looks at you.
like,
Nods.
we don't have to fight.
She just kind of
we're
gives you
okay.
a nod.
Okay. And I just kind of gesture over at the elemental things, the vibrations in the ground. I'm like,
Okay. Is that your turn?
this bonus action. I will inspire I will inspire Selena.
Alright.
That's my turn.
The Eastern Earth Elemental is the one that bounded back around. That's right. So they are going to continue moving that way, but the Western Elemental is continuing towards a rumbling sound, and they are going to move 60 feet towards. So beneath, at the back of the cart, a large-sized assembly of rock and mud and dirt bounds out of the ground.
Does it have mouths?
Not really any discernible features. When it does, you can see it brings with it a massive boulder, and it's going to chuck it at you, Sibelius.
Okie doke.
Oh no. What did you have
10.
a board on?
To hit.
Look at that.
Huh?
To hit.
Yeah.
I just like sidestep out of the way.
With the second hand swinging around, swings a boulder at you. Cannot talk today. 19.
Miss.
So it
That's hot.
Blade
falls.
song.
Yeah.
And
So hot.
creature's about 30 feet from you at this point and is just hunched there. It's Cloaky's turn. Cloaky's just going to hold you where you are, not
Okay.
giving any other direction. Yeah, Cloaky will shoot a shadow snare towards the Earth Elemental. That was an unintentional roll. I cannot take it. Cloaky misses.
Okay.
Selena!
Comprehend languages.
Okay.
We're gonna try yelling in Draconic now. I can understand you. What do you want?
Comprehend is understand but don't speak, right?
True. So,
Yeah.
so yelling. So common didn't work. So we're gonna yell in Draconic now.
Alrighty. They don't seem to understand you.
Yell in a bunch of different languages. Oh, really bad.
The Western Earth Elemental is
Pick this
fool.
one phrase up. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it moves. They're going to use their full movement to move towards the thing, using 60 feet of movement, and that you can see them kind of search and they pop up out of the ground and just kind of stomp around, and then they dive back in and start heading towards north.
Delayed it for one turn, guys.
You did.
Cherish it. I was hoping that would last.
Top of the
longer.
round, it is the genie's turn. Gonna look around.
Let's see what happens here.
Gonna look around.
I can understand her now.
Yeah. You see her turn the mallet, and she begins to cast a spell. You've seen this spell once before. She's casting it on herself.
She's casting a spell on herself,
Yeah.
and do I have any idea what the spell is?
You can use your reaction to roll an Arcana check.
Sure. Okay. 12?
No.
12, yeah.
You've seen it once before, but everyone's magic's a bit different. You're not sure. So they just finish casting the spell, and they're gone.
Okay.
Invisible gone or teleported gone?
Unsure.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah. Justice, it's your turn.
With my, because I flew 80 feet with the bat outfit, and then I'll fly 80 more feet. Am I within range of the Earth Elemental that
You
popped out
are.
of the ground now?
You are. You're at least within 20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to lit onto the ground, and I'm going to chuck a dagger at it.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, no sneak attack on this one. That's a 18.
18 hits.
That is 11 points of damage.
11. You're good. Yeah, you're good on types.
Mm-hmm. And then second attack with the dagger. Yeah, that's an 11 to attack.
Miss.
Gotcha. And I guess that's it, because that was my movement, right? 80 feet, then
Yep.
2 attacks, so... Yeah.
So you kind of fly over and chuck a dagger, and you see it skid across the Earth Elemental's form.
Because you're not in melee with it, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Next turn.
Sibelius.
Alright, since the genie has disappeared, and the big angry rock thing still looks like a big angry rock thing.
Yep.
Definitely wants to smash me with a boulder. I will move up close to it and use a booming blade.
Alrighty.
First attack will probably... Well, it might hit. He's kind of big. So that will be a 16 to hit.
16 just misses.
Okay. Second attack with my nice little bracers will be even worse.
Alright.
So miss and miss. That's it. That's my
Alright.
turn.
So
I take a defensive stance.
Gilly, it's your turn. You,
So
you can still feel your charm spell is around.
So she's just probably invisible, or maybe she left just a little bit.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Definitely wasn't Dimension Door.
No, was not dimension. You guys would be able to identify that spell.
Might have been Misty Step.
It might have been. It's some kind of. She has momentarily disappeared.
Probably invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. And how far away are these creatures from me?
One is 30. The other is like 100 feet away. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have a lot left in me, guys. I'm going to, I guess, throw a few magic missiles. I'm gonna put 3 charges.
Mm-hmm.
At the one that's 30 feet away. Ooh. Where's the other one? Where did you go? Missing. Okay. 10, 19.
19 points of damage on the closest one.
Yep.
Pretty hot.
Pretty great.
Said 3 charges, yes.
Yeah, 5d4 plus 4. 5. So is that your turn? That's your action?
No one's been hurt, so I'll just inspire Civilius.
Okay.
D8's right.
Yes, D8.
Perfect.
Where is my magic missile at third level? There it is.
Oh,
I'll ask Clokey to move me up another, 20 feet in the air.
You float 20 feet in there?
Don't want to be in melee range of things if I can avoid it.
The Eastern Earth Elemental, which is the one that has flown up on you, you see it kind of look around for a moment. Like it's listening to something. And then it chucks one boulder at you and begins to walk up towards you. To you.
Alright.
Oh no, that's 11. And then, so it chucks another boulder. It seems to just be like, it molds the earth like someone would mold clay. It's just kind of chucking these magically formed boulders at you. And then it's going to swing at you with its big club fist.
It's like an ice cream scooper.
Pretty much. No, eat shit. 12. Can't roll worth dick.
Just deflect and parry down.
Yeah.
Step out of the way.
So now this earth elemental, which probably weighs like 3,000 pounds, is looming over you and trying to pound you into dirt. Clokey is floating you
Just
above.
moving gracefully around its fist.
Clokey needs to see if they recharge. They do not. Oh, they do. But that's next turn. Selena.
Okay, how are the horses?
They're doing okay.
Okay.
They steadied. The worst is behind them. for
And
now.
how far are these terrible things from me?
One is now, based on all that, one is about 10 feet from you. The other is, 80 feet from 100 feet from you.
One's 10 feet, one's 80 feet, and the one that's 10 feet from me is the one attacking
Yep.
him.
Trying to clobber Civilius to death.
Oh, this is going to end poorly. Is there any way in such a way I could form a cube that doesn't have me or him in it?
A thunder wave?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's directional.
Perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and do a 4th level thunder wave.
Constitution saving throw.
Please.
Oh.
23, so it's going to take half damage. However, it's vulnerable to thunder.
Yeah.
So roll 5d8.
Yes.
Yeah.
5d8, but
Heck
it
yeah.
won't be pushed from me.
No.
You need the 8?
So it's just you double it because it's vulnerable. So it's just 5d8. And report whatever
Straight
that
up
is. Yeah.
5d8.
So
Let's
it
do.
won't take half. It'll just
Ooh,
take the
I've
full
been-
damage.
14,
Right, that's how it
15,
works.
16, 17.
Yep.
I mean, booming
Oh.
rolls, so
So it's just gonna take the full damage.
Based on close
If the other
proximity
one
to the
gets
cart and the
close.
horses.
if the other one gets close, maybe.
19,
I may be able to shift
24
around.
points of thunder damage.
I
Yeah,
will
it takes the
use
full
cart
because it's
or stare
vulnerable.
off the-
Goes up to 48 and the max down
Very
to
loud.
24. So yeah, you see the blast of thunder magic blast it, and you see it, that thunderous boom kind of find its way into all the cracks, and yeah, so you are now positioned between it and the horses. And
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully still have the horses in one hand.
yeah, you just kind of
Yeah.
step forward and go, yeah! That's exactly. It's like,
Did the horses seem scared by the thunder?
oh yeah, like 300-foot boom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they get up and then she just kind of pulls them down with one hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
D-
hardcore.
does it seem like she has a good control over them?
For now,
Okay.
Selena, the Western Elemental is now wise to your. That was your turn. What was your action?
No bonus action, and as long as I
You know
can't
that
do
they're immune to
healing.
poison.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So the Western Elemental is now turning around and makes it 60 feet closer. It's now 40 feet away from everyone.
Oh no.
It's going to. What's the range on that? Can do a disadvantage. Yep. Oh no, I had to use action and move. Never mind. Dow's turn. So from behind the Earth Elemental, you hear this kind of chanting, and the Dow cast a spell on themselves again, and they cast tongues on themselves.
Yes.
I still have comprehend languages up because it's not concentration.
Oh my god, this is perfect.
Going to look at you and say, wait. Stop. And you see the Earth Elemental looks to be kind of annoyed and lowers its fist. I like this one. I don't know why.
This is so great.
Didn't.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
I didn't see that it was you, long lost friend. How have you been?
Oh, I was doing pretty well until we, we're getting attacked here. Just trying to make our way through. How are you?
Doing well. Sorry, you all looked like fancy. Well, you especially looked so fancy and wanted to rob you and kill you. So.
Well, I'd really appreciate if you didn't.
Oh no! Of course. Complete misunderstanding. Move on. We'll catch the next one.
Great.
Good luck. Good luck in your killing.
Oh, we've always been very successful.
Well, we're quite glad that we did not have to destroy your Earth Elemental friends and you as well.
You see the one other elemental is really annoyed, and the other pops up behind her. Quiet down, Stumpy.
This is so great.
So, sorry about that. You all have a good day.
I'll ride the horses.
We'll catch the
and
next.
guard.
We'll catch the next caravan and kill them.
Just leaving them.
I feel bad, I just don't get nothing out of this whole excursion. Is there any trades maybe we could engage in?
Oh, yeah, I have a few things. What kind of things do you want?
Oh,
We have been very successful killing innocent people. So.
Matt just driving this home.
Questionable choices. That's all I'll say.
Listen, we don't have many resources on us right now. I mean, some of us don't.
Very, very gallant of you.
Yeah. So gallant. Let's just trade with her instead.
We've been very successful.
As
killing
I'm
all
riding
these
the cart, I'm
innocent
just gonna
people.
stare at Gilly and be like,
Anything interesting?
I killed this young girl. She was begging for her father, and I took the doll from her. It's a mirror.
See, I was first summoned here by a powerful wizard, and they did leave me with a trinket or two. I have this amulet for sale. It will give you hearty constitution.
we were just making jokes. Then I need one of these.
in the home game. Yeah.
Offer
Okay,
to trade
I'm
one of
still
those.
the squishiest.
That's
Offer to
true,
trade
you
one of those
could.
rare rocks that you have. She's
Right.
charmed.
Oh,
She's
how
charmed
much?
by Gilly.
How much were you looking for that?
Since you are a good friend of mine, I would lower the price to 900 gold.
900 gold. Anybody looking to obtain something like this?
It's in.
Well, no.
Correct.
You do.
Was it worth 900 gold?
It raises your constitution to a 19, but it does require an attunement slot.
It does.
It's pretty fucking hot still.
There's a good reason to still have it attuned.
Sage whisper. We should probably not trade with murderers. Let's.
I don't want.
I'll just quickly cast message to Selena and say,
Listen, in an hour they're gonna know, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get attacked again.
We'll be an hour away. It'll be fine. I'm moving.
Perhaps if we are not looking to trade, we should just be on our way then.
Well, I suppose we're a little short on coin at the moment. Maybe if we catch you on our way back.
Oh, I'll be looking out for you.
Yay,
On the way
great.
back.
What was your name?
My name? Odada.
Odada. Allies.
Allies.
Definitely an ally.
I did create this. That is true.
Oh, murderous earth elemental.
Slaughtering countless innocents left to own devices.
Correct.
Do we need to mend the card at all?
It's fine.
It's
it
mending,
took
okay.
yeah. Can you cast mending?
I cannot cast mending, but I'm just basically like between thieves' tools and playing cards. Can I put this thing back together?
It's taken some damage, but it's still ride worthy.
Okay.
Yeah, this certainly won't go poorly like the Mind Flayer.
Listen.
This one's not going to appear in a ritual.
Well, this one's not gonna appear underwater either. So
You
We're
know,
just, travelers passing through this foreign nation.
That's
yeah,
right.
she could be a citizen. We don't know.
She could
Yeah,
be.
she could be
We
a
don't.
citizen that murders
we don't know what
everybody.
happens.
All right.
Just start killing
Using
them.
magic.
Okay, bye. She says she waves her massive hammer that has bloodstains on it. You guys trek off into the night.
Bits of hair and skull.
and
Good thing we don't use alignment in this game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna commune with nature and tell you what's coming up and whatever was behind us here in a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, we need to finish a long rest, folks.
So because the map looks like it's another 6, 7, 8 hours to nighttime. 2 days.
Yeah,
12 days.
exactly. You got it. Yep.
14 days.
I'm updating the action tracker real quick.
86
Yeah.
days. What are you putting it on there?
Turn it into trade.
I will say this after we get out of earshot of Odada. I will say it pains me to leave that creature to its own devices, and perhaps when we are more well rested, or, well, who am I kidding? Our plan is not to come back this way.
Correct.
Unfortunately,
We may not have a chance to route this anytime soon.
I understand that we are low on resources. I understand that we are low on resources, and we have the needs of the many. If we are not successful in our mission, countless more will die.
Right.
At least we know where she is.
Perhaps we're, like
I know where Charles Manson is too.
in 10 levels, when we
Yeah.
come, like when we're like level 20, we just come back and we find her, and she's like, "Oh, Gilly," she's got her palace of blood, and then we come back and kill
I
her.
remember everything.
Killing God knows how many travelers along the way.
And there's
Attacking
like
the town.
this barren waste and the undead, order.
All right then.
This cart is not big enough for the hut, correct?
Just gonna. No.
Just go.
That's what I figured.
Just just gonna go ahead and
If it's
change
not-
the tags.
Big enough for all of us, I can become
Control
smaller.
Characters. Back to there now.
I'm chaotic neutral.
They met a murderous earth genie and left it to its own devices after charming it. Neat. This is cool. This is good.
Is the cart big enough?
I
We
mean,
never asked this question.
how-
Is the cart big enough for all of us?
It is.
I mean, we're not very far away. Like, if we're having a moral conundrum about this, like, we can reconvene and decide if we want to go back and deal with this thing.
We could.
If you do not feel up to the task, I would rather not risk the well-being of, well, the plane.
Listen, I mean, like, I'm not saying we shouldn't deal with that, but also, do we really understand all of the laws and everything here? And do we really, like, it's probably fine if we defend ourselves,
I'm
right?
relatively
Obviously.
sure robbing and murdering people
That's probably
is
not
probably
okay.
against the law.
It's probably not great.
Drugs.
It's probably okay to kill things that are doing that, right?
Of
So
course.
it's probably fine. But, like,
And I mean, this is the
How
it's been mentioned,
difficult-
untamed wilds
that's true.
outside of
How-
the reach.
How difficult do you think that fight would be?
They are formidable
Because-
creatures.
She could cast. Do I have any idea like how high up the level the spell was that allowed her to talk with us?
I mean,
Third.
is it not a duty to protect people?
So she
Wherever?
doesn't fall under the iron laws.
Untamed Wilds.
Perhaps we could go back and get the element of surprise on her now that we know where she is perched. She will not suspect us as enemies since she is charmed.
The elemental of surprise. Do you see that?
Are you
I
okay
got
for
it.
We
spells?
should kill her.
If we are going to engage in combat, I understand that was the risk. You have not
Listen,
had a
I'm
chance to
basically
risk.
down to first level, so I can do what I can. She's trying to sleep. If we feel like we can do it, I'm up for it. I just want to be all of us on the same page of where we are in terms of our resources. I've got healing in this. Nope, I don't have healing in the staff. I have some healing in the staff, I think.
We've been past the dawn, though, technically.
It's
10 to
6
2.
hours. You guys waffled. Opacity dawn, like
Yeah, because
Yeah,
when we
between 10 and 10.
technically, technically you did.
So you got your charges
There
back
you
for
go.
everyone.
Yeah, I
we're
guess
past
that's
the
just
dawn.
how do time zones work. I don't know, but yeah,
Wow.
sure.
Okay, so let me get that
Roll your
stat.
shit.
From
should send
yesterday, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
Should send that question to Sage Advice.
Yeah,
How do
excuse
time
me?
zones
Yeah.
work with dawn?
Draska is
Alright, I
11
do-
time zones large. They're in the fourth one. They traveled from the Western continent. They crossed through like 8 time zones. Hello.
Okay, so I do have spells in the staff, so I could do healing.
Let's see here.
I could maybe get like one counter spell.
I mean, most likely they've hidden below the ground anyways now.
Well, if we go back
They're
and
difficult to find.
There's 100% chance that they are.
Completely like, yeah.
100%.
100% chance of
I
what?
rolled the these percentages to see where they are.
There's a 100% chance that they're right where we need them to be.
That they're under the ground and hidden.
I know that each combat is a risk. I would not, if we do not feel confident in our ability to deal with these foes.
We could do it. I currently think it's a waste of our time.
You think
I
it's a
leave the decision up to others. I think we should go back. Even if we have resources or not. It's our duty to protect people. Otherwise, we're no better than the Gish.
Okay? Then
I hear that.
how much of your hours passed?
I'd probably say 15 minutes or something, right? We're just
Yeah.
right down the road. Like we were like out of earshot, like
Then
irrelevant.
we should go back.
Maybe we tell her that.
That's what we're doing.
Maybe we tell her that we changed our mind about the things. I can cast silence upon her, so she cannot cast spells, or in the spot where she's at if she's there, unless she has inherent spells, and then she
I can
doesn't need
stand
verbal
120
components.
feet back and cast Call Lightning.
Yep.
So I can stay out of your silent spell.
Sure.
And I can get the element of surprise on all three of them potentially.
You mean the elemental surprise as we've established here? I mean, that's
If we're going back, you just let me know.
I leave it up to you. I would go either way, as I said. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Can you still do thunder damage if there's silence?
Yeah, as long as I'm outside of the spell.
You cannot. I do not think you can deal thunder damage inside the zone of silence.
Well, what's great about lightning is it's not thunder damage.
Oh, of
I was
course.
specifically asking about thunder damage though,
And I would.
because booming blade.
I won't be able to cast it inside the zone of silence, anyways.
Right. But like, if you were outside it enough.
Hey, Nikki.
Are we doing this?
I think we should.
Okay, well,
Let's go back and kill us some elementals.
what do we think our plan is? Because
We could.
they
attack them.
that thing seems to be really take a lot of damage from that thunder. So like, thunder is probably good.
I will not cast silence on the elementals. I will try to focus on the female.
The genie.
The genie.
Call her genie.
The genie.
She is technically an elemental.
As long as she's not invisible, I can probably get like a counterspell off.
Indeed. And if they're not clumped together, I will be able to get silence on them.
So while they're talking, I can commune with nature and see if they're clumped together or if they're elsewhere. I
Okay.
will sit down and I will commune with nature and I will decide where they are. That's all I want to know. The three of them. And if they have any friends. So all the elementals.
So in 3 miles away, you do feel there are quite a few elementals in these hills. You do feel back where you kind of came from. There is this kind of circular searching motion. There are 3 of them are around.
Okay, how close are they to each other? Ish.
They're staying about. It varies. They're staying about roughly 60 feet apart from one another. They're kind of doing a pattern. They're all burrowing.
Oh, all three of them?
Yep, they're all 3 burrowing. Yep.
Neat. Okay, so they're all back underground and they're about 60 feet from each other. And if we want to do anything, we have to.
Or we go up and say
We
we
need
changed
bait.
our mind about that amulet. And pop right out.
Indeed.
And then we strike. Easy enough. I think that's the best way to get them to unburrow. Or at least the genie.
Okay. Well, let's try that.
Alright.
Guilt tripping us.
I do not care what y'all do. I mean, I do care, but you
Okay.
are. It's not
It
like
is our duty.
you're not going to be punished for leaving behind a group of murderers.
Just the
Vicious.
heavy-handed
Alright,
judgment.
so as they go up, I
have my
will.
preferences.
As they go up, I will stay back after tethering the horses so that the horses can't run away. We'll find a rock, tether them to it. And then go up to I'm about 60 feet out, 60 to 80 feet out. And I will cast Call Lightning above their heads.
Okay, so this kind of storm cloud rolls in the night sky.
They've got about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to hit lightning on the ground in the middle of them. I'm going to try to hit one of them,
Okay.
unless you guys are doing a thing.
I mean, we're going to talk to them and tell them we want to buy the amulet. So I guess we're doing that.
Clokey has me like a good 30 to 40. Yeah, like a good 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
Going forward.
Okay.
Are we able to catch them by surprise?
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're
basically
underground.
Are you all
Can't see them.
flying? No.
I mean,
No,
if we were going with the ruse that we were going to go try to talk to them
Yeah.
because they're underground,
Okay.
like we're like going lightning and shit.
Sure.
Like it's like
They
are we
are
attacking
underground.
them?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
you just said they're burrowing around.
Sorry, yes, you just said that. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Hello, hey! Adona!
So you're floating above the ground?
I'm walking on the ground.
Me too.
So you, as you kind of walk up and get closer, you see them start to appear. and Odada. And they start to rush towards you, and then they look up. Odada looks up, and she's like, "Oh, did you forget something?"
Lost an earring.
Go lightning on her.
Is anybody doing
So
anything?
if they're within 10 feet of each other,
I'll say 2 of them are.
2 of them are, call lightning.
And blade song.
Odada gets enough, I believe. 18. The Earth Elemental gets a 15.
Okay, Earth Elemental fails and takes 4d10 on a failed save.
Did you cast it at
Half
4th
as much.
level?
I did.
Okay.
Because there was no thing in the air, right? There's no...
Correct.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, gun and format. Woo!
Yeah! Oh, where's that a wolf howl? What are we doing, wolf howls?
Guess I'll start the battle music again.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
this is what happens.
Wow!
this evening.
14 plus 8. 22 points of lightning damage.
I like how we just like fucking.
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't believe behind the group of elemental bandits.
Last time this happened.
Odada has not taken any damage, if I'm being good, so she's going to take 11. It does take full. She takes full damage from the resisted damage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 106. Jesus Christ. And then I will say the injured one. He's going to take the full. I believe is the full amount. Yeah. So the lightning strikes down. She goes, "Oh, did you not like my offering prize?" Everyone rolling it. You know what? We're just going to keep you this shit.
Yes.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Would I have been able to, before we walk up, cast protection from good and evil on justice?
Sure.
Okay.
Elementals, yeah?
Elementals, yeah.
It is the Tao's turn as the lightning strikes into him like, "Oh, did you not?" You're like a million feet away?
It says 60
Really
to 80
nice.
feet away.
Okay. She's going to look at you and she's like, "Okay, I guess we're playing this game now." And she's going to cast a spell at you.
Counter spell.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh. Yep. Nope.
Okay. I need you to make a
Rolls a
wisdom saving
frickin'
throw.
2.
And she starts to fly towards you with like this smile on her face. She's like, "Oh, we're doing
goes
this
that.
now."
I enjoy the killing so much.
I tried.
Draska is a very
But
different
that is a
setting.
natural 1 on that wisdom saving throw. That is a 9.
Oh gosh.
You are frightened.
We're doing great.
This is why we came back, guys.
Oh, I have inspiration!
This is.
You also...
8.
Wait,
No, I can't use inspiration.
she's an elemental. You're immune to charm or immune to frighten from elementals?
Thank you for remembering things that haven't come up yet.
Yeah.
That was a new feature or something?
Yeah, Nature's Ward or something. I know you're immune to charm from them.
It's a twist. What a twist.
But that
Nature's Ward, you can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae. I'm immune!
So yeah, she casts Phantasmal Killer at a very high level on you. And so you see
And it doesn't work.
you just see like this really monstrous form appear over your eyes, but then it goes and turns into a goat and fades away. She's like, "Oh, that didn't work too well." And she keeps flying at you with her hammer. You can see
Sorry!
this spike forming out of it as she flies towards you.
Oh boy.
Were any of you closer than her? Were any of you that are not Gilly within 30 feet of her?
Yeah, I would have walked up next to Gilly.
She's like, "Oh, I just tried to kill this one. That one doesn't work." So with her action, she casts a spell, and then she's going to use her feature to make one single maul attack on you because she cast an innate spell.
So because we surprised her, can I be in Blade Song first, or am I
Yeah,
not?
you can be in
Okay.
Blood Song. 19 on the die, 29 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
You're going to take 20 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. This is gonna go poorly. 13 on the dice, so that is a 12.
You are knocked prone. Boom! The maul slams into you, and you fall down. She's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna beat this one to death while you all watch." Justice, it's your turn. So it's 20 points of bludgeoning damage,
Yep,
boss.
got it.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Let me check one thing really quick. I'm going to move up into base-to-base contact with her, and I'm going to make 2 attacks.
Okay.
She's in melee with him, so he's engaged.
Sneak attack, but not advantage.
Correct. That is a 27 to hit.
Hit! She can cast Detect Evil and Good. If she casts that, which one would you all appear on?
Evil at the moment.
Good. Because we came and fixed it.
16 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
Stunning strike.
Okay. 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 Now, of course,
Pound of
I'm
plus
going to
7.
roll low because I've taunted him.
Correct.
25.
Yeah.
Eat shit. Get fucked.
She barely makes it.
Somebody spam that emoji.
Next one, 27 to attack.
Hit. She's immune.
Yeah.
Sneak attack. That is 14 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to use Stunning Strike because you're a coward.
No, I'm going to use Stunning Strike again.
Oh, okay.
She can eat shit.
17.
She barely makes it.
Plus 7 con.
She can roll a 7 or lower at some point. Then flurry blows on her. So, oh man, that's only a 16 to hit.
Abyss.
And then the last attack is a 26 to hit.
Hit. So that's 1, 2, 3 key points.
Exactly. That is 13 more points of damage.
Nice. So yeah, so you approach this genie who's kind of flying above the air and has cast a very powerful spell on your friend, knocks Sevelius and begins to raise her hammer. She is going to beat him to death. And you come up on behind her on the flank and just start slashing into her.
Stunning strike.
Okay.
I'm watching you die.
That is a 12.
She fails it! Fuck her!
She is stunned until the end of your next turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to say she gets out of it.
For your guys' waffling before.
Yeah. You made a choice.
You chose
You
wrong.
chose wrong, and you're being punished.
Thank you for reaffirming that fact.
Sevelius.
Alright. So I will kip up off the ground. Use half my movement. How far away is she from me right now, then?
She's on your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if she was 30 feet away, cast it, and was about to.
If she could be inside you, she would be.
I mean, everyone would want to be inside Sevelius.
She's a lesbian.
Good for her.
Lore.
Lore drops. Oh god. I'll
Lesbian.
move up,
the murder
and
stuff,
I
yeah.
will use Booming Blade on her.
Okay. You have advantage
which-
on the attack roll.
Okay, so it doesn't just hit because she's stunned?
No.
No.
She's not. There's no effect of that.
16 plus 8, 24.
Thank God. Thank the gods. Thank me.
No.
So she casts that. She casts that. She casts that.
Do you need to know the damage type separate?
I do not. She is not that kind of earth. She's not that kind of earth element.
I'm not that kind of girl.
12.
Okay,
She's a
I'm going to
murderous
use that
lesbian.
now.
That's right. That's right.
16 points of thunder fire, and she is wreathed in booming energy.
Okay.
Thunderfire.
Thunderfire.
That is your action.
That is my action. As my bonus action, I will hit her again with it.
Booming Blade, because you have illusionist bracers.
Yep.
Thunderfire.
Folks, Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica has some nice spells.
20 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Nice magic items.
Don't ever give them to a warlock, but other than that, you're good.
Should give everything.
Warlock with illusionist bracers would be disgusting. 10
Especially
beams.
high level.
6 beams at level 11.
Source lock.
Yeah.
That's
6d10 plus 4.
That's my gold magic
24.
item. I mean, when do I get it? You know,
Gold.
do I get it? Yeah.
What is this
When's
for?
the list?
20, 23 points of thunder fire damage, and she is once again wreathed in more booming energy.
Does
23?
it stack?
Yes.
23? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I rolled 2 6s on my d6s.
I don't think it does stack because the creature can't be affected.
no, it doesn't stack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
just
Yeah.
I just asked if it stacked. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it does
So,
not
yeah,
stack.
so in 5th edition, a creature cannot be affected by a spell of the same name.
Oh,
And
twice
then I
at the same
will,
time. You know what I'm
because
saying?
she is stunned, I will take a couple steps back from her.
Okay. Gilly, it's your turn.
Optimization.
Oh boy.
She's
Okay.
charmed by you, or you charmed by her. You know what I mean?
What's
Yeah.
charming?
charming. How charming. I'm going to... Where exactly are these elementals?
They are behind her.
Directly behind her? Like...
One was 10 feet from her. The other is 10 feet on the other side. So call lightning could hit one little,
Okay.
5 feet, 10. Yeah.
Right, okay.
They're flanking her.
I'm just gonna pick the one that's most damaged and vicious mockery it.
Wisdom saving throw. It's 14. Nope.
Fail! I'm just gonna say
2d4? What are you all up to now? 2d4?
2d4. Just gonna say,
It's level 11 for the...
you know, I bet you ate dirt.
Dumber than a box of rocks.
4.
Has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
That's right. And then
That's
I
nice.
will, for my action, cast first level healing word at Svellius.
Are you 20 feet up?
30 feet up. 9 points of healing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I can't counterspell her anymore, so.
I got you, fam.
So that Earth Elemental is going to lumber up to you, Sevilius, and is going to bring both of its fists down at you. First attack is at disadvantage. It's going to miss with a... 12. Second attack... So it's 11. Second attack is a 14, so... We got a pretty good attack bonus, yet here we are.
Here we are.
Cloaky was not given. I will say he would have recharged in that time. He's just going to shoot a shadow snare over to the thing. Misses.
It's okay.
Selena.
I'm still like 60 feet out. If they're close, call lightning.
Okay. 2 of them. The Dow will auto-fail, and the Earth Elemental fails.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
Because she's not
So
stunned.
it's
dex save
9.
Auto fail.
Auto-fail and a dex save.
9 plus 11 is 20 points of lightning damage.
20, so Eastern takes 20 more. And then the Dow takes 20. So lightning strikes down. Yeah. The Eastern Earth Elemental looks rough. Very hurt.
I mean, the rocks, they always look rough.
That's right.
And then I will move within
Some of them are
60 feet of these 3.
Erosion is a
Huh?
I will move within 60 feet of these 3.
Okay.
That's like 20 feet of movement. I should be good.
Thank you, Nikki.
Selena.
Hey, thanks, Faye, child.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. Feywild Child. If y'all haven't, check out Legend of Adventure.
Do
Oh,
it.
that's Nikki. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know the
she's
street name.
No, yeah, absolutely. She's awesome. We love her. That is. She's the DM for the Feywild Legend of Adventure streams on Tuesdays, and we love her very
Fantastic
much.
stream.
That's right.
It's the best. The best among us.
Better than us.
They did.
I mean,
Yeah.
They did
I
a
mean,
ridiculous
Nikki.
one shot yesterday that was.
It was.
It was choice.
Derek is just. Selena, that was just your turn. Western Elemental. I haven't rolled for them yet, right? Yeah. Okay. So they are gonna start. They're just gonna beat on you, I guess. Roll 22 to hit.
22 to hit?
Yep.
Shield.
Wait, no, cutting words.
Yeah, you got your reaction.
I got my reaction and I can't counterspell, so I'll cutting words.
Yeah.
1!
21.
Sorry. I tried. We're doing great. Yeah, that's a 1, not a 7, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll shield.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get fucked, the both
Sorry.
of you. Second
They're
attack.
both gonna be beating on me.
22 again.
Miss with the
Miss,
shield
right.
up because I have an effective AC of 25.
Against this magical force of this
Yeah,
magical
so
force
just-
energy.
Are you still prone?
No, I got
No,
it.
he stood up. Dow's turn. Okay, I'm stunned. Can't do anything. Justice, it's your turn.
Okay, well, while she's stunned, I guess I just better tear into this old lady. First attack, I have advantage.
Aw.
Right.
Thank you for another 100 bits, hon.
You're helping us get to our turtles.
That is 17 to hit.
17 misses.
Damn, and that was with advantage.
Yep. Eat shit, get fucked.
That's dual 16s on the dice, so
Yeah.
24. Sneak attack.
Oh, that's interesting.
She's immune to stuff.
That will be 16 points of damage.
16?
Yep. And then I will bonus action to stunning. Bonus action. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stunning strike her again.
Okay, that's are you marking your key points?
Yes, I am.
16.
That makes it.
Yep. Your DC is what, 14 these days?
Yeah, exactly. All right. And then I will use a key point to flare blows on her.
Okay. It's a miss. It's 1 key point. It's 2 key points.
I'm down to 2 key points
Yep.
left.
Doing all right.
That is a 19 to attack.
Oh yeah, that hits. Just gets her. Gets her.
5 plus 4 is 9. 9
Yep.
points of damage. And then and you know what? I'm gonna stunning strike on that.
26.
Oh, okay. And then my last
Get
attack
fucked.
roll
Get
is a 25.
That hits.
That is 14 more points of damage.
Okay. Got your 1 little point left.
I do my 1 little point.
Not brave enough to use it, and we understand.
Keep in mind, you do not need patient defense because you have protection from evil and good.
Stunning strike. 23. 21, sorry. I baited him!
You did. You can no longer flurry of blows, so this is fine.
I can do one extra attack.
That's
Baited
true.
you, baited you good.
I'm just giving you shit.
She is no longer stunned. It's the end of your turn. Sevelius.
All right. I will.
It's always good to try stunning strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, Nikki! 300 bits! We love you!
Yay!
Portal one shot is gonna happen, folks.
Can I move
It's gonna
up
happen.
to where?
You were surrounded.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
With all of them?
Yep.
Or just with the 2 earth elementals?
They were within. They all within. Your thunder step is what you're fishing for here.
Correct.
Yeah, they're all within 10 feet of you.
Okay, so is there any other of my allies within 10 feet of me that would potentially be within
Justice.
pain distance?
You weren't. Yeah, you had to be. You were stunning.
I was on the other side of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't shift close to justice
You can.
without provoking?
You can.
Okay, then I want to
There's
shift
nothing-
close to justice so I'm within 5 feet so I can grab him and include him in this.
Alrighty.
So I don't zap him.
So he reaches over and you guys grasp
excited
hands
for
just like this.
Oh, yes!
And then con saves all around.
I'll save.
Oh, they're gonna make him.
13
That's a fail.
for the Odada.
You fucking suck. It had to happen. There's so many key points.
It's honestly where it happens.
God, what a good
My
night for
opinion.
me. I'm gonna
And I'm
later
doing
when
it
I
at
get
level
home,
4.
guys.
It's
Yeah.
level 4, by the way.
Flesh, whatever sword.
Right.
22.
Nikki!
14.
So 2 fails and a
What?
success. So the
So
20
that
plus
was
16.
Oh, it
My
was all worth
God.
it just for Matt's banshee scream.
She's gunning for the first place.
I think that.
I
Yeah,
apologize
So
after the
something you
fact to
might not be
anyone
aware
listening
of.
to the podcast later on.
That's right. Something you might not be aware of, Vicky, is the top 4 bit donators are going to get to name the turtles.
So
So,
you might get to name one of these turtles.
Oh my
might.
god.
We'll see.
Okay, that's good.
Well then. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
The yell was so worth it.
And you are welcome, podcast listeners, for my Banshee scream. It's called a brand. Look it up.
So great.
30.
So great.
30
gotta get
points
cracking
of
on my
thunder
planning.
damage.
So one will take 60 that failed.
Oh, thank goodness.
Eastern, west. I rolled first.
Eastern dance trolls.
I rolled first for west. West will take the full 30, yeah?
30 points of thunder.
They're in a
my
battle. Oh my
God.
God.
Oh
What's
no!
Yeah.
What is happening? Thank you, Miwa, for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits, and thank you,
Oh my
Mickey,
goodness.
for 1,000.
I mean, that's our total one shot. That's 10,000.
Oh my god!
We got it!
We did it!
I know.
You did it!
Yes! Total one shot is happening.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nikki really did that. As they say, Beyonce really did that.
Yeah.
Nikki really
Yeah.
did
Nikki
that.
really did that.
Nikki really did that. Miwa really did that. Our supporters really did that.
They did.
I see one, Nikki. That's awesome.
You folks are so great.
We're gonna
I
have to
love
go-
you so much.
We're gonna look at the totals and then we'll have to announce the tracker and announce who the
Yeah,
four
yeah. I have to
dons
tally
are.
everything up.
I can run my script too.
So
and
that's
pull everything.
Perfect. That would help.
Nice.
So okay, so here's how I'll do it.
Let
Since
me
you did
tune
30 and 60, one of them is completely obliterated by only taking the 30. The other one, the more healthy one, just takes the full 60. Boom! And the thunder blasts through it. The Dow did not save and will take 30. Yeah, and not looking hot. Not looking hot.
All right.
I'm freaking out. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
This
so
is awesome.
distracted.
This is awesome.
And how far away do you teleport, Civilius, or do you just do blip in, blip out?
Probably blip in, blip out, so we can still be around
All right.
them.
Because it's immediately after you to depart. So
Correct.
That's right, Miwa. It's time to meet.
that's Civilius's turn.
That is my turn.
Because wait, how do
Then
the
there's just
illusionist
my
bracers work?
If I cast a cantrip
You're good.
as my action, I can cast the same cantrip as a bonus action.
Thank you. Yeah, it's like duplicating. Yeah.
Yep.
Gilly, it's your turn.
Oof. Okay, so what am I seeing? None of my friends are nearby. There's 2 earth elementals still, and one of one
genie-
of them is wrecked, right?
Genie and an elemental. Yeah.
Okay. And how bad is how bad are they each looking?
What the earth elemental is looking rough. The Ododa is almost rough.
Okay. You're still hurt, right?
Okay.
Okay. I am going to vicious mockery the elemental again.
Okay. 5.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna say, oh wow, you're really looking rough there.
Looking, you're off to a rocky start.
Meeting a rocky end.
Yeah.
And that's 5 points of psychic damage.
I think we all took 5 points.
That's right. You should all take 5 points of psychic damage from that.
And disadvantage.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack. And I will, bonus action, throw out a healing word to Civilius.
This is the
7.
coming of the Age of Civilius. The
Age of Civilius. Fun fact, that is what his blade song sounds like now. That's what I say.
Not a fact.
It's canon.
Yeah.
Is that your full turn?
It's my full turn!
I am. What are we doing here again? Okay.
Fixing our mistakes so we don't end up with another mind flayer
That's right.
situation.
That's
We're thinking about turtles.
Because she was also coincidentally researching the Earth Stone ritual, and then you would one day find her. No. Cloaky. Cloaky tried to recharge. Didn't.
That's fine. Cloaky's doing Cloaky's job.
Selena!
Oh God. Alrighty. So, how far are those 2 from each other?
Oh, they're next to each other.
They're next to each other? Fuck it. Cold lightning! Ah!
Oh, lightning. Dex save, fail.
All our noises tonight.
Ah!
Just into water.
The Earth Elemental got a 17.
Yeah, please no.
Hang on. Oh, my thing is 17, so he only takes half damage.
Oh, yeah. Your spell DC is 17 now.
Yeah, I got my shit together. It's 17. Okay. So that was 17 plus 14 is 31 points of lightning damage.
Okay. The Earth Elemental takes half of that. I'm getting fucked up here.
So 15.
15. 46. And then they're going to take the full 31. The Ododa is. 4. I'm having trouble with math tonight, folks. I think that proposal I wrote today at work fried my brain.
Also, the exchange rate you had to work out.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So
Yeah.
the lightning strikes down, and they're just like completely rocked by it.
Yes.
Rocked. Oh,
Are my
I have
peers
rights.
bloody
I
at
get
all?
I think everyone's fine.
I'm good.
I don't know what does the D&D Beyond overlay say.
I've never.
You're welcome to use it.
Okay.
Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I'd rather.
Not touched, really.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Then no bonus actions. I'm just gonna keep standing like 50 feet back and hit him with the lightning.
There you go.
I
There you
don't-
go.
I don't consider that bad metagaming to like look at the D&D Beyond overlay and just use
Because
it.
you could look at us and see how bloodied we are.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can see
instead of
color.
asking people how many hit points they have, ask
Exactly.
them how bloody they are, how hurt they look.
So the Western Elemental's turn. I guess they're just gonna keep beating on you, buddy.
Cool. You can certainly try.
Miss. Second attack is a miss. Why do I roll like shit?
You don't
Against
roll like
him.
shit when it comes to saves,
I know.
Matthew.
Like, these things do damage. These are threatening creatures, but I'm like whiffing. It's like, oh well, here we are. I wouldn't even be hitting people who weren't him. Oh, frustrating. All right.
There's not a lightning emoji. That makes me sad.
There used to be. Oh, that's a turbo thing.
It's
Oh, I'll have to make one
labeled
for Storm King's
Morphin
Thunder then.
time, I think.
Oh yeah, that was it. Odada's turn. Okay, well this was really nice, but it's not really going that well, so I'll catch you all later. She's gonna cast a
Counter
spell.
spell.
Roll it.
Good luck, buddy.
Don't fuck it up this time, Civilius.
Do you have inspiration?
I do.
Ooh!
And I'll be using it if this is not good. It's a 17 on the dice.
That makes sense.
There you
So
go.
you see these kind of spheres, and you can see behind her a portal opens,
Dimension door.
and a plane shift.
Yeah.
And behind her, you see an endless expanse of deep earth. She is teleporting to Dysangelin, to the plane, to the subplane of elemental chaos, and the pocket plane of earth. And the gates, the counter magic locks over, and that gate closes.
Oh, buddy.
Nope.
Okay, just gonna kill you instead! Swings her hammer down using her one action she gets to, her one attack she gets whenever she casts one of her innate spells.
Okay, we kill you now.
15.
What was that?
We hate that she's a murderer.
What is it? I need to compare it to my AC.
You
to
take
see if she-
102. She's going to fly away 30 feet.
Should provoke attack.
Provoke?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this
You
is
just
not
took
going
it.
very well at all.
That's right. Thank you.
It's all good.
Oh, that's only a 15 versus AC.
It is, Nikki, you're right.
Miss. Yeah, they have counterspelled just about every cool spell ever.
We really have counterspelled a lot.
That's
Including
why we're
counter
not
spells.
Seventh
that's
level
right.
ones that almost condemned you to death.
Correct.
That was bull.
So you attacked, you missed. Did you attack?
I used my reaction to counter
Thank
spell.
you. So yeah, she flies away. She's like, yeah, I'm not going that great. See you all later. 30 feet. She's up in the air, 30 feet. Justice, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Get her.
All right, I'm going
Bring her
to.
down.
You can use your let's go over this, and you can use your unarmed attacks as a bat.
Right. So I'm going to dagger at her from the ground. So 2 attacks
Absolutely.
from the ground. That is 17 and 18 on the dice for my 2 separate attacks.
Yeah, hits.
So I'm just going to roll 46 because that's 2 different damages, right? I do not get sneak attack on this because of reasons. Oh, that could have been even cooler.
Do what's cool.
Do the
I am going to teleport up next to her
Okay.
for the dagger.
Okay.
And then and so I get advantage on the first
Do you
one.
shadow teleport or lightning teleport?
If I shadow teleport, I get advantage,
Okay.
which lets me do my sneak attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. So the first attack is 10, 15, 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Let me write that down.
And so since that was an advantage on the first attack, then my second dagger attack is... that's a 15. So that's a miss.
Miss.
And then you said I can do unarmed attacks?
Yep,
So,
with the one bonus action.
yep,
You
so
can
I will
try
use my
kick her.
bonus action to try to kick her in the face.
Yeah.
Miss. Get fucked. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Civilius.
Alright. How high up is she?
30 feet. She's a minimum distance of 30 feet away if you're on the ground.
I don't know what I got.
What kind of wizard are you? Distance, my one enemy. My arcane
I
mastery.
could distance. I would severely hurt Justice, though.
Fireball.
Fireball.
Just
You could probably position it. I'm on the side of her.
She's on a
Oh, I guess
Airbrush
that's
line
true.
exists.
Yeah, okay, fireball.
Fuck her up!
Bye, Nikki. Thank you for all the support.
Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Thank you.
Kill her.
Yeah, fireball.
Dexterity saving throw. She makes it! Sorry!
4th level.
19 plus 1 is 20 total.
She still takes half damage.
She does.
2, 3, 4.
She cannot get away from us. I'm just gonna fly after her, kicking her to death.
Well,
She flies.
we'll see.
6, 7,
He's got a thing or two left.
9.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not gonna do it.
You didn't
So
think
many
about it real hard though.
ones.
That hurts.
How many ones?
Like
Like at
3.
least 3.
Oof.
Yeah, not great.
Bring her down. Ravenous, hungering, like slavering for
That's exactly
blood.
what she's
26.
Woo!
Divided by 2.
She made it, so she only takes 13.
Lame.
Yeah.
Alright. That's your turn, Gilly.
Okay. She tried to attack and then run away, right?
Yeah, she did.
So I believe she probably tried to attack Justice and then run away. Some more? Maybe?
You're betting, yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay. And then I'll vicious mockery at her.
Okay. Okay, wisdom saving throw. Nope, she don't make it. 9. 4 plus
4.
5. Okay, 4 points of damage. Disadvantage on her dex attack roll.
Yeah. And, nothing really for a bonus action because no one's really that hurt anymore. So,
This is gonna be great.
I will
I don't know why I didn't. do
inspire justice.
I'm inspired. Do I still have protection from evil and good on me?
You do. Oh, so she would have double disadvantage on you. So I should have done something else. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
it. That's your action. That's your bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Clokey is gonna throw. Oh, he hasn't gotten a shadow snare back. Okay, doesn't have it. Your cloak sucks. Selena, it's your turn.
Call lightning.
Okay, she doesn't make it.
Yay!
Kill her.
I don't think I can. I don't think we're at the point where she's less than 40 things.
She's got a lot of health.
She does.
Earth elemental.
So that's a
Urking.
4. Plus 19
Okay.
is 23
Okay.
points of lightning damage. And then, yeah, I don't think I have any bonus action shenanigans. I think it's just,
She's looking very hurt.
yeah. So, lightning.
Yep.
That's all I got.
The Western Earth Elemental the Earth Elemental is just gonna look and he's just gonna dive into the earth.
Shit, that's right.
Right away.
It's still
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Damn it.
Was that his...
You will provoke.
Oh yeah, that's right. Warcaster, so Booming Blade.
Yeah.
Yes.
16 on the dice.
Yes!
So that is a 20.
This might do it.
Yes.
That's a lot. Let
But
me
then
just-
once he moves, he takes extra
Yeah,
damage.
he does.
does.
So, tell me the vulnerable. The thunder.
Okay.
Parse
so
it out
the
for me.
thunder is 1 point of thunder
Why?
damage.
So 2. Great. Good job.
And then...
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what the hell?
What is this?
3 1s and a 2. Neat.
You're not
So
allowed to
he
touch
takes...
dice.
It's called.
Do you want me to roll them for you?
It's called the taste of freedom.
He takes 8 points of fire slashing, and then since he moved, he takes another 2d8
Does.
of thunder. Which
Better.
is 10 points of thunder damage.
Times 2. Now 20.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep. But he keeps moving.
Oh.
They keep moving. It's on man.
They-
Let's not
I
do
thought you were
this.
saying that it fell apart.
No,
Look at
there's a
this
boom, and then they just
Okay.
keep moving.
Look at the
18 hit
stones.
points left. The Dow's
Oh.
turn. She's like, oh, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. And she will fly 30 feet down, provoking an attack of opportunity.
That is a 19 to hit.
Hit.
Y'all got any more to their stunning strength?
That's 14 points of damage.
He's out.
10, yeah. That thing.
Nice.
She has 13 hit points left. She flies into the ground and burrows. Okay, see you later. And burrows 30 feet into the ground with her action.
My turn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly over her. I'm gonna use suggestion. And I'm gonna tell her.
Do you have to see the creature?
Oh, please no! I didn't know. Come on, don't make it see. Matt, don't you take this from me?
After all the work and the consternation, she's just gonna get away. Your choices don't matter.
Correct. They don't.
You chose poorly.
That's
You
right.
chose
I
wrong.
don't have
That's
to
right.
see. You suggest the course of activity.
To a creature you can see.
Yeah.
Where does it say can see?
In the first
Oh, I
sentence.
see it there. Fuck. Okay.
So you've got what? You've got cactus. What you could do? You know what
Yeah.
you could do. Oh, you don't have any key points left. You could summon a shadow demon because they can go through the air.
Right, I almost did that earlier, but I didn't. Can I stab her through the ground?
No.
Magic missile. You don't have to be able to see him.
But there's a line of effect issue.
Oh,
You gotta be
got
able
it.
to pass through the earth.
Got it.
Justice, that's your turn.
It was gonna be my question, but you know.
Yeah. Sevelius? Anyone got anything?
I don't think I have anything.
Aww.
Lightning is.
It's just gonna hit the ground.
Yeah, you choose a point you can see under the cloud, and I didn't bring any earth magic, so that's what we got.
Magic missile
That you can
is
see
based on
within
sight.
range.
Well, it's a line of effect issue more than.
It also says a creature you can see.
So both of those apply, both sight and effect.
Okay.
So,
Dimension door 4
I believe.
That
So,
seems wise.
as the murderous Earth bandits get away, two of them get away.
Fuck's sake.
13 and 18 hit points. One hit left.
Yep.
Why do we try anything?
Let's see here.
I forgot. I had inspiration and I missed on one of those attacks.
Crushed by the weighty failures. As the Earth Bandits of Draska, a very different kind of thing going on here. A very different country Draska is, as it turns out. These two earthen creatures float into the earth and descend away from you. And we're going to go ahead and call it there for the night. I want to thank
At least
everyone.
we did the right thing.
That's right. That's exactly all you can do is try.
Exactly.
I would have hit her.
Yep.
I would've-
Crushed by the weight of your failures.
Can we rewind and say I did it? Can this be my mulligan?
No, I let you come back from the dead. That
After killing you.
Go on, Children. All right, folks. Thank you for everyone who showed up. It was an awesome night. Great support. I had a lot of fun.
Fun.
There is no Ghost in the Machine next week. Rob is going to be in Bermuda, taking
not
advantage
true.
of their loose laws regarding certain activities.
Wearing
Yes,
shorts
yeah.
and sandals with socks. Of course.
No,
I'll
Rob's
be
gonna
wearing
be,
shorts and sandals in Seattle.
Rob's gonna go be awesome, and we are gonna play something. Did we decide?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah. So on very short notice, we're gonna play my sci-fi amalgamation game that we call Cold Suns. We did one session before, and it was offline, and it was a lot of fun. And so yeah, we're gonna
Maybe
do
footage to be released in secret on Patreon or something.
With no audio.
But some of it has audio.
We were gonna record it and share it with you 5 people, and then we got halfway through and realized that the audio wasn't working.
Then we were reminded, oh yeah, we're ourselves. Anyway,
Yeah.
tonight was absolutely phenomenal. The Turtle One Shot, stay
I'm so
tuned to his
excited.
socials.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
get it done.
Well,
Yeah.
What does anyone want to say anything before we bid them adieu?
Join us on our Discord so you can pay attention, so you can hear about all the
First.
stuff coming up. Check out our Insta very shortly. We will have a giveaway coming out, and
we will have news on turtles soon.
Yeah.
Because you folks are amazing and you're helping us to help you create more content that you want to see. And apparently, you have a
I
lot
mean,
of
who doesn't
love
want
for
to see turtles, though?
So-
Obviously.
So I will be reaching out to the people who will be able to name the turtles now that we have reached the end of this goal. And stay tuned. I like turtles. Stay tuned on our socials and on our Discord for that information.
So we will see you in 2 weeks. We will see you. I will see you again in Ghost of the. We will see you Ghost of the Machine in the Wonderful World of Edda. And next week I will see you. We will all see you in the cold vacuum of space. Bye.
Bye.